sorry, I don't even know where to start. It's a brand new week. You guys are beautiful. We got a whole married person next to us.
Yeah.
She's in sandals. Yeah. What are we going to talk about first? I don't know. Congratulations, you beautiful, beautiful girl.
She's a wife. She's so grown. She's just a little sexy. She's got 2 rings. She is definitely feeling like we're part of the club now. We're in it. We are here.
So different and exactly the same, eh?
This is what I'm saying, and this is what nobody told me about. It feels so, I feel calm. I feel like I'm in my season, and I don't know, I'm a wifey, and that feels good to say out loud. To everybody, I'm like, this is my husband. This is my husband.
We are so proud of both of you and just so happy. You are pumping out amazing energy right now, so we could not be happier.
And it wasn't just a wedding, it wasn't just a beautiful woman emerging, but also you had a birthday.
I had a birthday, y'all. I'm a year older, and she's married, like all in one, a week apart, and now the celebrations, I planned it, you see? The celebrations just have to roll on and continue.
But are you ready?
For
this show?
Absolutely.
Today, this week. I don't know if any of us are ready. We've had a little sound check going on. I don't want to reveal too much, but we are going to rock out this morning.
Absolutely.
We are prepared to help you start the week in the best possible way because spring has sprung, baby. Okay, so you've got to work, actually, eh?
Okay, so let me step out and work, and then you talk about while I was wearing socks and sandals.
We'll be talking about that all morning, I think. Don't worry. So good to see you again. How was your weekend, brother?
It was incredible, bro. I was so happy yesterday that I thought I'd keep the happiness, keep the joy. I was lounging around in these shoes as well because Liverpool beat Arsenal, obviously. So we're on top of the log, baby, and that's why I can wear whatever I want today. I thought I'd go with Max Lux Leisure. You like it? I like it a lot.
No, we are here for that because it signifies a brand new season. And yes, there are some sporting results to get into. I think most notably the Springbok women. Oh, we've all but qualified for the quarterfinals of the Rugby World Cup in England. Absolutely amazing. We'll delve into that. It's incredible, man.
Yeah.
But yes, the real world does continue as well. And we'll get into some of those news headlines right now with Carissa, and then I'll touch on the sport.
Thank you so much, Jens. Let's get into your national news headlines first, where the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry has begun hearing witnesses internally. The public sessions were postponed due to delays in procuring essential infrastructure. Now appointed by President Ramaphosa, the commission investigates criminality, political interference, and corruption in the justice system. Meanwhile, Gauteng Police Commissioner Tommy Mtombeni highlighted the severity of gender-based violence, with over 22,000 suspects arrested in the past year and more than 900 convictions in the last quarter. Now, he noted that awareness campaigns help break the silence around GBV. In other news in the country, the city of Tshwane has postponed the opening of public pools due to a chlorine shortage. Now, originally planned for today, the start of spring, pools require thorough treatment to be declared safe. City spokesperson Lindela Mashigo said all other preparations, including repairs, basin refilling, and facility tidying, are complete. Now, once chlorine deliveries arrive, pools will open swiftly, minimizing further delays. Residents are advised the delay is purely logistical, and the city remains committed to providing safe, clean recreational spaces for community as soon as possible. Now let's take a look further afield at your international news-making headlines, where authorities in southeastern Kenya have exhumed 32 bodies linked to the same doomsday cult responsible for over 400 deaths in Shakahola Forest in 2023. Now, the village of Kwabinzaro is under scrutiny as recovery teams comb dense forest areas. Now, cult leader Paul Mackenzie, facing murder and terrorism charges, allegedly ordered followers to starve themselves and children to, quote, reach heaven. Survivors report he continues to influence followers from prison. Now, President William Ruto's government has pledged tighter oversight of religious organizations and enhanced community-based monitoring to prevent further tragedies. Meanwhile, Israel's Security Cabinet last night discussed a planned offensive in Gaza City, following overnight airstrikes and tank fire that killed at least 30 people, including 13 at an aid center. Now, Abu Ubaidah, spokesperson for Hamas military wing and one of its last known members, was among the fatalities. Israel says civilians will have time to evacuate, though the Red Cross warns that no other part of Gaza is equipped to accommodate them. A full-scale offensive in Gaza City is expected soon. Now let's close off with this story where Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein made waves this weekend at the Venice Film Festival, fulfilling a lifelong ambition for the acclaimed director. Now, when Netflix chief Ted Sarandos asked which films topped his bucket list a few years ago, Del Toro named two, Pinocchio and Frankenstein. Now, while his Oscar-winning Pinocchio charmed audiences in 2022, it is a story of Victor Frankenstein and his haunting creation that has obsessed Del Toro since childhood. Now, with Oscar Isaac as the tormented scientist, Jacob Elordi as the creator, as well as Christoph Waltz and Maya Goth in key roles, the film emerges as a sweeping emotional epic, a classic monster tale reimagined on a grand scale. And rumor has it there was a 7-minute standing ovation just after the film got played, so something that we're definitely looking forward to. That is where we leave your news for now. We'll check in again at 7 o'clock. Let's get into some sports.
If you're anywhere near York, the ovation is still going. Let's head to the UK right now, where yesterday South Africa beat Italy 29-24 in York to reach their first ever Women's Rugby World Cup quarter-final. Sinazo Mkanchura's late try sealing the very historic victory for the Boks. Powerful forwards dominating throughout. They really did put their hand up. They now join France, Ireland and New Zealand in the last 8, while England, Canada and Scotland, they booked their places on Saturday. Now let's get on to the big one in football. Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 at Anfield thanks to Dominic Szoboszlai's late, very stunning late free kick, securing their 3rd straight Premier League win and the only perfect record this season, believe it or not. So Arsenal, missing a couple of key players, struggled for that cutting edge despite a bright start. Manager Miguel Arteta, he admitted his side must become more clinical if they intend to challenge for the title this season. Now moving on to golf, a bit of South Africa in it this weekend. South Africa's Tristan Lawrence, he battled throughout a nervy start to claim his 2nd European Masters title at Crans-Montana. So leading overnight, he opened with 3 bogeys, but then roared back with an eagle at the 6th, and then 5 birdies in 8 holes to finish 2 shots clear. Now 2nd win for the young player at the Swiss event after his 2022 win. Now let's get back out on the track as Oscar Piastri claimed victory at a dramatic Dutch Grand Prix, while his McLaren teammate and title rival Lando Norris retired late. Max Verstappen, he delighted the home fans with 2nd place, and Racing Bulls rookie Ishaq Hadjar snatched his 1st podium. So Ferrari, they endured a nightmare as both Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc failed to finish the race at all. So we won't be touching on that. We will focus a little bit on the Springbok ladies. An incredible moment for this team that is punching so far above their weight class, but it doesn't look like it at all. So if you want to share some love, I think they will be listening on the social media streets garden. Show them your +1 status as well. But right now, let's get prepped for a brand new week and a brand new day weather-wise.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, G-Matt. And that means new week, new weather. And the South African Weather Service has issued a single warning for today, highlighting extremely high fire danger in Limpopo, the western northwest, the central and western Free State, and the northeastern parts of the Northern Cape. Now, residents in these areas are urged to exercise caution as conditions are ripe for wildfires. Now, elsewhere in the region, much of the country can expect partly cloudy skies, fine and warm to hot temperatures, with fog patches appearing in some regions. But overall, a generally pleasant day prevails outside the high-risk zones, with sunshine dominating most areas. Well, let's see if that's the case when we turn to our sunrise view of the hour, and we're heading to GQ Berga, and it looks absolutely incredible. Devashan sent this one through. 20 degrees of weather is what you can expect, and looks like a beautiful day as well because the sun has risen. It's looking powerful, it's looking incredible, and it looks like you get to make a beautiful day out of it. So that's how we're starting off the week, on a bright note with the sun rising, and we want to ask you to do it all again in the next hour. And use the number 0630369649 and share your sunrise view with us wherever you are in the country or the world, because we absolutely love it. For now, though, here's your first chance to take a look at the temperatures you can expect on your side of town.
red laser on me like a sniper's got a thingammy.
My bed is on cruise. I've been seeing the waves.
It's all right. It's all right. We will survive. We'll make it. No, all sights on you, young lady. Are you going to please take us through just a couple of the highlights?
Listen, when I came, they said you better come packing. I said, okay, I will. I've got like a 2 to 3 minute highlight video for you.
Beautiful.
Not the official one, but I do want to take you through Expresso family and of course the gents. Just little moments from the day. Maybe you'll see my man crying. Maybe you won't. I don't know.
I prepare my heart?
We're going to cry. Oh, gosh.
Graham for sure. But it is a beautiful day that I just had to condense in a little bit. And thanks to Expresso for also being there on the day.
Absolutely love that. Now, start of a new week, you helped me with an amazing little stretch last week.
That was cool,
that
right?
just released my scapula. Now I'm walking around telling everyone, do this, guys. Do this, guys. Now, put your head down. Please, can we do another session?
Yeah, I think I'll share another one of those from Zanzi. I think after this weekend, we got up to a lot. Obviously, we need to celebrate a lot, but I think let's get our bodies in check so we can get prepared for the week ahead. And I've got just the thing for you, Mzansi. So, ready to get the rust off? Well, don't go anywhere.
It's so funny. I was just thinking, my daughter said I need to be thrown into the rusty bin. No rusty bin for me, man.
We're shining after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I nominate Carissa to start.
Okay, I'll
and
do
she hasn't
it.
worked in weeks.
I haven't been in forever. Do I even know how to do this
Catch
anymore?
up, let's go.
Okay, let's see if I know how to do this. Good morning. Let me start over there. Now listen, every single morning you know that we get the conversation started. And because it's the 1st of September, I've got to say happy spring day. Now we've got to talk about planning though. Because how are you planning your life right now? Are you going to spring clean it? Are you going to really change up the season when it comes to your mind, your home, your habits? That's the question.
It is a good
Get a
question.
dog, man.
Oh, you guys are not ready.
No. I had a moment yesterday driving out to Swellendam to go and pick up this little dog. I mean, I'm sure at some point this week I'll bring you highlights. Sam, she's just come out of a very rescue situation, I think, brilliantly fostered. But on the way out there, I had 2.5 hours to contemplate my life. And it was like going to pick up a new child. when you haven't had 9 months to kind of come to terms with the fact that because I know what this dog is gonna mean to me. So I cried literally for 2.5 hours. It was a release of something. I think I needed that. So for me, it was kind of an emotional spring clean. I needed to kind of, and with the flowers out and everything, it was just like, so yes, I will have to post some pictures, but there is something to be said for being conscious about resetting when the world gives you an opportunity. Like
I agree.
Day.
I agree.
Come on.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a time to get into bloom once again, and I think that full triangle, mind, body, spirit needs to be connected as well. So if you have started your process, please let us know via voice note 0630369649 or hit us up on our Facebook or Instagram pages. We would love to hear.
I know there's some crazy tips on how you can like spring clean your life. Some people go to gym, they take on like fitness challenges and diets, and then some people get married.
They casually do.
Like
they
full
do.
on.
I've
They
been
just change
told.
everything, including their name.
Just a little
almost.
bit though. A double barrel is my compromise.
No, we like it. However you're rolling, you seem to be in the happiest place ever, which makes us happy. Can you take us through just some of the moments?
through the
'Cause I'm sure the whole thing.
Moments. Okay, so it was a beautiful time. The 23rd of August will forever remain a significant day to me. I got to marry my person. I got to commit to him for life in front of God, in front of my people, and it was just incredible. So there was the day. We had to make the compromise of doing it on the porch, my handsome man's, because it rained on the day.
Gorgeous, yeah.
But I've been told that rain means blessings. So
It's
we
Providence.
there for
Yeah,
it.
it's Providence.
We told everyone to come in black. We wore white. He wore a white suit. I wore a white dress. And I met him on the other side of the aisle. I had one uncle. He decided to come in a purple
I
suit.
saw that. Like a reverend.
Yeah, you gotta own it, man, and you gotta appreciate that on
Who's got
some
that
level.
one uncle though, eh?
I made my way down the aisle.
Look
It
at
was so gorgeous. I was full on princess, saying I do, I will. My vows were one of my highlights. I spent quite a bit of time on those. And it
them
was
yourself?
just, we did our vows ourselves. And I even gave my man the paper and pen he needed to use. Like, everything was thought out.
Did you give him the words? Did you give him the words that you had
Did
to
not
write
give
down
him
on the pen?
I gave him key points.
Well, we snuck past like what a huge cake there as well.
Yeah.
Like 3 tiers there.
Yes, 3 tiers of
Yeah.
cake done by Jay from the show.
Oh, wow.
Everyone,
Oh, Jay.
Our Jay.
Oh, Jay.
Everyone
kudos.
raved about the cake. It was incredible. 3 layers, 3 different flavors. Chad Simon
Chad
sang.
Simon in the building.
As I walked down, he sang Etta James at last. We had to have a champagne tower, like
Chad Simon performed at your wedding?
performed at my wedding.
Excuse me.
So is
Performed at my
he
wedding.
your work husband or are we your work husband? Can we just
We need
settle
answers
this down?
here. We need answers.
Can I not have all of the above?
You are allowed. You are allowed now. Can I
My
just,
man being first, though, of course.
and he looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
You looked stunning. After your pre-wedding photos, I was worried that like you had
I'd
kind
set
of
the bar too
gone out
high.
too strong, but you look exquisite.
Is this your first
That's
dance?
the first dance, guys.
What was the song?
It was Daniel Caesar and an artist called Her.
Okay.
It's called, I know it, Get You. It's called Get You.
Oh, because someone
get
got you.
you.
Because someone
Yeah.
got you, and it's all about like who would have thought that I would get you. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful day.
Oh, and I hope for your sake that you're going to keep having these little penny drop moments, like as you see the rings.
Plural.
Yeah, exactly. But it is one of those things. It's so momentous. It's such a gateway that you do forget.
You do.
And then you'll be like, hang on a minute.
That
I'm a whole
happened.
married person now. It's beautiful.
Also,
man.
the day went by so quickly. So
Did
to
it?
you, Raul, it's
Yeah, any
happening very
advice?
soon.
Yeah.
Everybody gave me this advice, including Graham, Taryn. Lock eyes with your person throughout the day and just have your moments. This is happening. This is us. We're committing to this
Were
thing.
you like checking in with each other every
all
now
the
and then? Like,
time.
oh, when we get married?
I'd pull him aside and be like, oh my gosh, this is happening. We're in it. And it goes by very quickly, but it was just everything.
And it's weird because it's completely different, but it's exactly the same,
Exactly the
right?
same, yeah.
But you get to work with that now. And
Yeah.
I stress the word work because you get to be proactive now as a couple in your relationship in a way that you never would have been.
Yeah.
It's like you're working towards something collectively, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And there's something about the self-improvement that happens along that path. When you're doing it for someone else, it's a lot easier.
Sure.
It's amazing. The demons you're going to slay, girl, as a unit, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm
man.
very excited
so
for
happy
it.
for you, man.
Thank
You got to
you.
work at it.
Listen,
You gotta work
can
at
I at least
it,
get a
girl.
holiday first before I start working on it?
No, it's on the job every day.
I
No,
did
you're
feel
gonna
the switch,
rock and
though, I
roll.
will say. Every time now when I look at him, I'm like, something has changed. It feels the same because it's been 10 years, but something feels serious. Like, we are serious now.
I think you're
And it
seeing the
feels good.
potential of your relationship like unfold now. You're like, whoa, okay, this is real, this is magic. That's amazing.
Are you ready now, sir?
I don't know, I'm like super excited after hearing what
the
you just
moment? If
said.
you could tell him to focus on one element of the day, what was
Yeah.
that moment where it really came to bear for you? When
Honestly,
you're like, wow.
just standing in front of each other, in front of my people, in the beginning of the aisle. Like, that was it. I cried walking down. I thought I wouldn't cry. I broke. And then just looking at each other, like, this is the moment. It really just, I think it dawned on me then. And then reading the vows, of course. I'd recommend write your own vows.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the one thing that he mustn't worry about at all? And
The
I know that's
weather.
very difficult. Yeah, I mean, you
God
can't do
just has
anything
his
about
own
the
decisions.
weather.
I
man.
was tussling with God. I said, let's go, buddy. I was so upset, honestly. And then I had to, like, let it go very quickly because I'd
But it
imagined
looked
the entire
amazing.
day.
So was this your plan B?
No, this is plan B.
Oh, plan B
I mean,
looked
that
like plan
backdrop was
A.
okay, all right?
Oh, okay.
Plan A was like out on the grass, the rolling fields with huge trees. It was meant to be outside, but honestly, it worked out just as it was meant to.
It is. It's supposed to, and you want it intimate, and this feels very close
Yeah.
and warm and connected. Quite zhuzh, okay?
A little bit of
So I'm
something.
so
Yeah,
glad you
yeah.
got a little bit of that sparkle because you absolutely deserve it. But most importantly, you look absolutely gorgeous. I know they want to talk about the warm, fuzzy feelings. I don't care. It's about how gorgeous you look, the
Period.
photos, the videos after the fact, so you can go back to that moment forever.
100%.
Officially, now that we've re-entered the front-end world and you're a TV media personality, what do we call you?
Exactly.
No. Let me just set the record straight. Carissa Cupido will remain,
Okay.
but on the record, it's Carissa Cupido Kumalo.
Oh, okay. I love it. I love, man.
It's
Good,
TV
you're
land.
gonna reach it.
You're allowed 5 names if you want. You can call yourself anything you want. Most importantly, congratulations.
Thank you guys so
Absolutely
much.
gorgeous, but we are happy to have you back.
Yeah, I'm happy to be.
Thank
I
you.
miss you guys a little bit.
Miss you, yeah.
Thought about the other men while with
hot
my
out
man.
here without
Terrible.
We're used to us nonsense by now. We're going to take a very, very quick break. We're going to continue to celebrate Amazing Woman Moving.
Yes.
And I don't care if Women's Month is over, it's Women's Year. Every year
Yes.
from here on out, we have decided it is official. We'll see you on the other side.
You can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey, you beautiful people. Welcome back at your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Monday, and a lot of us got up to a couple shenanigans on the weekend, or we were just stuck in bed. But either way, our bodies are feeling it, and I think we're a little bit stiff. A lot of us have rust that we need to get off so we can attack the week. And I thought, let's bring my compadres here and de-rust together. So, Mzansi, if you want to join us right now, I think this is the perfect time to do so. If you have a desk job that you sit at all day, or you're just kind of just not feeling alive, maybe we can put some life into you right now with this sort of a warm-up and a spruce-up exercise.
Okay.
We did a bit of this last week. Did you
I
enjoy it?
loved it. I've been struggling to release that shoulder for a long time, and me trying to find a way to stretch it. I'm like, come on there. But just,
Yeah.
it's amazing how just a little adjustment on the right line brings that about.
Absolutely.
I coached mini rugby this weekend. I can hardly move, dude.
Nice, bro. Okay, well,
So-
this is for you.
Help me.
This is for
Help
you.
me.
All right, so I like to just get warmed up a little bit. So what we want to first do is check in with our bodies and just feel before we even do any exercises.
Okay.
So now's a great time to sit wherever you are sitting and literally literally roll your neck and start finding range, finding mobility, and feel where there's tension. Maybe it's when you're leaning your neck backwards or to the side, but you'll feel various areas of tension. And this also just activates those muscles, wakes it up, and kind of prepares it for the movement ahead. You can counter-rotate and go both directions and really just feel that. And you guys at home can really join in with this right now. Literally, you don't have to be anywhere doing anything. Just sit up and join us, all right? How are you feeling?
Yeah, no, it's amazing, and it's worth that connection. It's worth just reminding the brain and the body where the two meet, because you often just go with the aches and pains and you forget. You've got to kind of reestablish that mind-body connection.
It's called like a dialogue internally within yourself, and that's the conversation we should have before talking to anybody else. Yeah, talk to your person. All right, so we often hold a lot of tension in our neck, right? And our trap is one of the biggest muscles. It runs from behind the neck. It pulls a lot of tension behind the traps as well. So what we want to do for this one is quite a cool one. And you literally want to put your left hand under the buttocks, right? Take your right hand.
Presumably your own buttocks.
Yes, your own buttocks, right? Not your partner's.
Okay.
And then you want to take your right hand and just grab the side of your head and just pull to the side. And what you feel is that tension running along the side of your neck, all the way almost from the top of the shoulder to your neck.
Feels good.
Breathe through this one, guys. So again, emphasizing at least 20 seconds, 30 seconds of breathing. Every time you exhale, you'll feel that tension release, feel a little bit of that trauma release as well. And then we can do the exact same thing on the other side. Don't forget balance. Even though you have one side of your body that might be tight, don't exercise only one. You want to
and the
both sides.
transferal I'm finding is often worse than the injury these days. Maybe that's just my age. But the rest of the body compensating does
Absolutely.
more work.
So often if you have an injury on the left-hand side, the right-hand side of your body is compensating. And that's the muscles that are doing more work to alleviate the muscle that's under duress or strain. So that's often a common problem. But we're going to carry on and we're going to move to something called your scalene. So that's more in the front of the neck over here. Something that you'll often keep tight because you're hunching over. So what we want to do with the scalene, you just want to literally have your hands on your knees. And then if I'm working the right-hand side, take your left hand. So take my left hand, kind of place it on your neck and push down on your chest or on that collarbone while looking away. So I might have a bit of a scratch on the mic there for you guys. So sorry about this if I am
Morse code
audio.
It's all right.
But literally pull against where you are pulling with your hand, and you'll feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of the neck there. These muscles often don't get the stimulus.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever stretched this muscle.
Yeah, this is years of like fascia building up, holding trauma that we need to release and undo that damage over all these years. So again, breathe through this one at home. Practice more of it if you are behind a desk, and really just enjoy this.
And these are quite strong muscles. If you think about the work, the load that they're bearing, if they're carrying your skull and kind of that.
Your head is the heaviest thing on your entire body. It is like 3% of the weight of your body. So your neck's doing a lot, people.
And I got a big head. I won't lie. I won't lie. You know what? I turned a year older, and I feel like these stretches really come in handy.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I feel tight, and I'm just like I need
from
to loosen up a
35 to
little.
40. I swear you just get
I'm
injured
not there
sleeping.
yet. I'm not
All right.
there
So for those of you that woke up with an injury, what we're going to try here right now is a levator scapula. So what you're going to do is you can take your hand, you're going to rotate that palm facing the sky, and then you're going to drop that shoulder down. All right, so this is really cool. And then from here, again, you want to stretch against this one. And you can really feel a different stretch in the neck to what we did with the trap. And you can feel some of those muscles pulling on the shoulders saying, I don't want to let go. Just breathe and let that relax and feel your body turn to jelly as you do. And again, exercising both sides and exercising balance is really important. You want to breathe through this for about 30 seconds and really feel your body start to turn to a zen-like oozy, gooey jelly.
And I'm thinking there is a meditative element into this. If you combine this with some of the breathing exercises that we broached happiness last week. We were trying in every way, shape and form to find happiness. And the breathing and the mind-body connection, literally you've got 10 steps and you can take yourself into a meditative space. But a lot of us struggle with that. The mental aspect. Just sit down, stretch, breathe, and you will find it.
And be present in your body. So there's a cool one that I want to share with you. We're not going to do it now, but this is a bonus round that you can try at home. And we don't have to do it here. But again, if you're feeling tightness in the lower back and not just your neck, and maybe even in the glutes, all right? You put your hands behind your back. You place one of your legs up in front of you, right?
Like a
dorsiflexing, and then drop your neck down. And you slowly want to rotate and feel that stretch. You can play with your toe while you do it as well. And this is flossing a nerve.
I was going to say, this is
This nerve is
flossing 101.
incredible. From the baby toe all the way up through the back into the neck. This is an incredible stretch, and this is something you can play with quite a bit, especially if you're feeling a lot of tension behind your body. But guys, there's a plethora of exercises you can try. For now, just attempt this and get your week started on the right note.
No rusty bin for us, my friends. No rusty bin for us. Absolutely love that. Well, there's a reason why we always recommend you connect with your body, why you get up and you move. And proving our point, Tshwane came alive as the Absa Run Your City series took over the streets, and they did look beautiful, but it was all about the electrifying 10-kilometer run. In celebration of Women's Month, the event was a lot more than just a race. Thankfully, it was a powerful tribute to strength, to sisterhood and resilience. And our very own sister, Ayanda G. Tubete, joined thousands, soaking in every unforgettable moment. Let's get a front row seat, if you will.
Let's go.
The energy is absolutely buzzing as the Absa Run Your City series returns to Tshwane in celebration of fitness, unity, and celebrating the powerful stories of women in sports under and amplified by the We See Her Story campaign. Nomsa, why does Absa invest in lifestyle events like Run Your City Tshwane 10K?
So the reason Absa is invested in lifestyle events like Run Your City is because we believe in the health and, in keeping our societies healthy. And running has become such a formidable, sport. A lot of people having urban lives are taking up running. And therefore, Absa really, really wants people to write their story through such events as this. And we've been growing bigger and bigger year after year.
It becomes the first man or woman in the history of the Absa Run Your City series to win 3 races in a row.
Pavlova, how does it feel to have won today?
Yo, I don't know what to say. I don't have any words. I like to say thank to God, to win, for winning the race today.
It is Women's Month, which means we're celebrating women in sports. Why do you think it's important for us to celebrate these women?
This month is for women, so I can say this win is for them.
A huge congratulations, you just won the Tshwane 10K. How does it feel?
Yeah, the race was so very good. I felt good today. I'm very happy that I was able to hold on until the finish. I just want to thank God that He carried me from the start until the finish.
Absolutely love the Absa runs, and I ran this race last year and it was such a great run for me, so I was just inspired to do better than last year, and that is exactly what I did today.
The story I'm sharing today by being here is just to show that my story matters. Thanks to Absa, I've actually decided to take up a triathlon, which includes running, because Absa has had me on all the Run Your City series last year, and to be back this year has been absolutely amazing.
What it means to me as a woman to be celebrated by Absa is because there's just so many things that are happening in the country, especially as far as also the GBV, everything else. But then for us to have a day like this, where we can just a little bit, shy away from all that information, what is going on, and actually celebrate each other, love each other, remind ourselves that we are the best, that we can do hard things. That really means so much to me, and it really resonates so much with my heart.
I started running last year in August just to find myself. It was an outlet for my emotions, and this year I ran the Comrades, and Absa was another big one that I really wanted to do.
So by aligning ourselves with these lifestyle events, we are really seeing this particular, series of Absa Run Your City growing bigger and bigger year after year. In every city where we go, we're actually growing bigger and bigger. And it's amazing to see that people are taking health serious. And for us, that means a healthier community, means that, we can all live longer and we can all, write our stories. So by aligning ourselves in this matter, we are making sure that we are aligning our stories. People are writing their stories through us as a brand, because we allow them to come here and write their story. I'm sure there's someone who's done it for the first time, someone who's been with Absa Run Your City since its inception. Either way, you are writing a story, and your story matters to us as Absa.
What an absolutely incredible day in Tshwane. From incredible stories to powerful strides, the Absa Run Your City 10K has truly reminded us that every step counts. And remember this Women's Month that we see her story and your story matters.
Well done. Capturing and sharing these powerful moments, being a part of them, I think is what inspires us most. Because every story matters, and they've proven that. Every achievement deserves the spotlight, and every journey is worth celebrating. We need to give them their flowers.
Oh, 24th of September, Josie, get ready. It's about to go down. Every city always lights up every single time Absa comes around. So get yourself ready. Tackies on, and make sure that you run along with the girlies. And honestly, the girls really showed out, right?
And they run fast.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can run as fast as someone like Nadine Roos, because if you saw her run this weekend, what an absolute incredible woman. What a score that we had. And I know G-Man's so excited to talk about this one. Bro, how
you think I'm excited? Zoe must be, her mind must have been left
I bet you she's got a Springbok jersey for sure.
She must. But no, the ladies are playing like they've been playing for decades at the top tier. And we'll get into that magic on the other side.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Oh, man, I've been struggling to hold the emotion back for the last 24 hours, and rightly so. History has been made. South Africa's women stunned Italy 29-24 with an amazing performance in York to reach their first Rugby World Cup quarter-final. It looks like they've been playing at the top tier for decades. It was a nail-biter. They pushed us to the limit. The Boks surged ahead early. Italy hit back. They played brilliantly. And with the game on the line, Sanazo Nkachulwa's powering over for that winner was just a moment, I think, that will be cemented in rugby law forever. Now, of course, France, Ireland and New Zealand all have booked their place in the last 8 in emphatic fashion. It is going to be a tough draw from here on out. And I think Zoe Human understands that, representing proudly False Bay Women's Rugby. And, of course, she is an amazing rugby MC. And I would imagine you are losing your mind right now. How were you watching the game?
Listen, I was actually in a panel during the actual game. So I had a friend on the side there just giving me the Italy scored. South Africa scored.
That's where you've got to like hold your car keys or something painful, just stop you from like screaming.
That was me. So I had to watch the highlights post game, and guys, I am so proud. I knew we could do it. That's the thing. despite the fact that we have never in our lives beaten Italy before.
This is new territory in
Absolutely.
so many ways. It's difficult to know. Can we start with the resilience maybe? Because there's some things you can't coach into a team. It's got to be lived, it's got to be felt. It's a sisterhood that is shared between each other. To show that kind of comeback, that fight back, how important is that going to be for this team that is facing a mountain now in the knockouts?
Level. You say it's you can't be taught it, but I really think it has been taught within Space's legacy with the women's game. I mean, it's been a year now, and the team we saw before, they weren't as resilient as they are now. They've got the fundamentals now. They understand the basics, and now they have the confidence to move on into a better and stronger game.
What does this mean now? Because I want to look forward. I want to say, okay, we've got a shot here because we've given ourselves a shot.
We do.
But do we have a shot? How do we put this in perspective? Or should we be appreciated? And I'm saying this with all due respect because I need to understand this for myself, otherwise my heart's going to break. Should this be the high point that we chalk up and say our ladies did this, we made it to the knockouts? Or can we believe, based on what you've seen, could we be about to bring a major upset to Rugby World Cup?
Listen, we've been talking about South Africa as underdogs, not just us. Other countries have also looked at us and said, listen, they are 12th in the list of teams in women's rugby.
Don't look like it.
But no, we've beat 7th place Italy, and where do we go from here? They don't know what is coming. And I think that's what's really special about us right now. Guys, we have a genuine chance. I was always saying in our last interview, I said if we can beat Italy, we have that. Now it's France. Now we have to take on France, and we say, if we beat them, we set us up for the best possible
run.
Yes, exactly. And we've been blessed, I think, in this Rugby World Cup.
I'm looking at Libby running there like an absolute genius. I'm just thinking of the potential opportunities for these ladies moving forward, which is, I think, most exciting. For me, Nadine just seems to be on another level.
You love
Rugby
Nadine,
I just love the... You can see
Where do you
what
like
she's
her, fullback or in 9?
I like her at 9 because she controls a lot more of the energy of the game and she releases the forwards. Can we talk about this group of physical monsters?
And that's what we have over the other teams. And that's why I'm saying if we can play our game in these next coming phases, this is ours. There is no team as strong as us. There's something about South African people, South African women who are built. We have got this in a different way.
We need moments, as much as we know that games are won in the grit and the mud in the mouth and just getting over that line. You do need a moment to inspire the team, and I loved seeing what was going on the sidelines. People were passing out, fainting. As they should, but I get a feeling the crowd, the English supporters are now understanding what this means, and we're becoming kind of the fairy tale team in the tournament, which is great. But when Sinazo went over, to have a moment like that looked like a World Cup moment, how important is it for the ladies to have those gut check moments to say, hang on a minute, this is it, because they're in it the whole time.
I mean, we say it's Sinazo, but I mean, there was a whole team behind her. She was carried over that line. And I think it brings it back to that team unity. When you truly believe that these people are here for each other, they are not only here for their team, but they are here for their country. And in a way that they've never had to be before. Because now the eyes are on them. And it's in a beautiful, beautiful game with so much more talent than what we saw 4 years ago.
Oh, they are playing the beautiful game now, and I love that. I'm glad that you've said that. If you could give them any advice going into the knockouts, what would that be? What would you say to these ladies?
Continue making history.
Yeah.
We were the highest score difference we've ever had in a game last week. This week, we made history by making it out of the pool stages. We are making history every single week, and keep doing what you're doing.
As you were. As you were, ladies. It's getting pretty intense on our side, but if this is all we have to carry in this equation, we are here for that.
I'll carry it.
We'll chew our fingernails off just for you. Absolutely amazing. The Springbok woman through to the quarterfinals of the Rugby World Cup in England. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely here for this celebration. History is being made, and I think it's going to continue to do so with our Springbok women's rugby team and Springboks in general, or actually anybody representing South Africa, because we've got so many incredible athletes that often come through our show that we get to celebrate. And there was a moment that basically culminated to do a celebration like no other.
Oh my goodness, I know you were on the ground there, so let's get into it. From the red carpet glamour to the powerful stories of achievement, South Africa's sporting greats gathered at Sun City for the 18th annual South African Sports Awards. Our very own Kyle Clark was there to capture the highlights. So let's get into the winners and the unforgettable moments together. Let's take a look.
We're coming to you from the Sun City Super Bowl, where the 18th annual edition of the South African Sports Awards is taking place tonight. And my feel-good family, the red carpet behind me is going to be buzzing because your favorite athletes, coaches and sports stars are all coming together to celebrate an incredible achievement of the year. And look, from Olympic champions all the way to community heroes, under this roof, this is where all the stories are told. And it's a testament that South Africa is not just about medals, it's about pride, resilience, and Ubuntu. You look so gorgeous, my friend. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's different than just the water and hiding behind the cap and goggles. But it's always special to be able to get dressed up, to come to sporting events. So yeah, it's good to be here.
Tell me, how do you feel walking into this nomination tonight?
It's amazing and it's a massive honor. I think it never really sinks in every time I'm here. Every award is just as special. And I think every award is even more challenging because the other nominees are exceptional. So
Absolutely.
it's amazing to see just how sports has really grown and the success we've had from Paris compared to Tokyo. So yeah, it's looking bright for our sporting future.
Tatiana Smith. Tatiana Smith won South Africa's sole gold medal in Paris following her triumph in the women's 100-meter breaststroke. She added silver in the 200-meter breaststroke, leaving the Games with 2 more Olympic medals to her name. Smith retired just after Paris as South Africa's most decorated Olympian with a total of 4 medals, including 2 from Tokyo back in 2020.
Tell me, what is the toughest part of your journey leading up to the nomination?
I think the toughest part of any journey, especially in sports, is that there's many hours that you have to do outside the cameras, outside the limelights, with no crowds, where you're doing sacrifices of hard work that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be successful. So the hardest part is reminding yourself that you have to enjoy the journey as you work towards any sort of major milestone in sports.
Being nominated at the SA Sports Awards is amazing. It's a new thing for me. All the other years I've just been reported on other athletes and people who've been nominated. To be nominated now is a huge surprise and I'm happy. The toughest part for me leading up to the nomination is accessing news spaces, accessing stories. You know, you don't look like the typical journalist. So access for me has been a major thing, but I show up.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to the sports department, the minister. Thank you to the athletes, because without you, I would be telling stories. Thank you to my colleagues who encourage me and support me.
So how does it feel to be receiving the Excellence Award?
To receive the Excellence Award means a lot to me. It means that the country finally recognized me as the first black woman in the whole continent of Africa to sail around the world.
For me, it's a great achievement to be able to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award, and it's such an honor as a South African to be able to receive it.
This is an amazing honor, and to be a legend or to become a legend, which I don't think I am, you need to step into the footsteps of amazing people before you, and we have a responsibility to keep that tradition going for our generations to come after us. It's a great responsibility, but I think it's in the right hands. Thank you so much.
To be nominated at any sports awards, let alone a sports awards for performances over the Olympics and Paralympics, is something we're so grateful for. I still blink and ask myself, is this truly us? Is this our performances? So ecstatic about the nominations.
I just want to say thank you to the nominees, to Sascock, my family, my wife sitting on the table, the coaches, the community that believed that this child who was told would amount to nothing would one day represent this great nation. Thank you.
Tell me about the journey. How are you feeling about the journey leading up to this very moment?
Every award is so special. It's because of the journey from that time. Even if it's just a year, a lot happens in a year. And it's definitely from the Tokyo to Paris, a completely different build-up and change. Going into Paris, of course, I had the nickname Golden Girl, and it was really hard mentally to not carry those expectations on me, and just to really go out there and enjoy the sports. And for what I started the sport because I loved it. I didn't start it to break records. Of course, that is like the bonus, and you dream about it, which you never think will ever happen to you. And then it does, so it's very weird. But ultimately, I'm more proud of myself for just pitching up and actually standing behind those blocks, because I knew it took a lot more out of me to be there than it did in Tokyo. Of course, winning once is so hard, but doing it again is...
it's daunting.
Yeah, it's really hard. So I would definitely say this means a lot, because I know the journey it took to get there, and it was not easy, and I'm just so proud of myself for standing up. Tonight, as this is probably my last award on this stage, yes, I have retired. I want to say thank you to you South Africa. Thank you for allowing me to be your golden girl. It's honestly been an honor. It was bigger than I've ever dreamed. So again, I can't put into words how much your support has mean, and how special it was to be able to stand on that stage representing South Africa. I would never want to give that up for the world. So thank you, danko, dankie.
Yo, what a superstar, hey?
She looked incredible. Tatiana, you joking, girl. She looked so good.
Yeah.
Also, just the blue complementing the career
show.
in water. Come on, Sportswoman of the Year, of course.
And it was a happy but a sad moment, because it was like a retirement as well. But I think it just encapsulated women in sport, and she really stood up for so many. And I think it was a stellar occasion to celebrate, nonetheless.
Okay, so Tatiana looked good. We love the looks on the carpet, but somebody was there on the red carpet reporting, our very own Ryle. And please talk us through what's going on, because you look so good.
I had so much fun putting this look together. Obviously trying to represent South Africa and wearing something green, which I got to do. And I was working the red carpet live with Kobile, so it was so much fun just ushering all the incredible talent. But the suit was special to me. I had a wooden bow tie, sustainably sourced wooden bow tie, #1. And then the suit was made from recycled fabric. So I found a green recycled polyester that I used to just put a suit together, and I loved how it came out. The buttons even were made from wood. So this is a Nature Boy classic right here that you might see in another event, because I have to wear this out again. I got to do it justice.
On a casual Tuesday, why not?
I felt so proud in that moment, just being a part of South Africa's incredible talent. What an occasion, South Africa. We salute you, and thank you for inspiring so many of us out here to do the absolute most. Wow, what a beautiful moment.
Man, speaking about amazing South African talent, in just a little bit, we'll touch base with Freddy L Band and tell you all about the superstar, rock star talent that we've got right here in Mzansi. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey ho, what do you know? It's your feel-good breakfast show, baby. Welcome back to Monday, and Monday's feeling good already. Let's be honest, we had an hour of the good stuff, and it's going to get better because Freddy L is in the building, and Freddy L is a genre-blending band known for their high-energy performances and raw, vocal-driven sound. Now, from intimate venues to major collabs, they are gearing up for their upcoming performance this September. So let's talk about them. We've got Freddy L Band on the vocals, we've got Reese Berkeley on the drums, and Niklaus Duvenacher on the bass. So officially, let's give this trio a feel-good welcome! Yeah! And not a stranger to the Feel-Good Breakfast Show. Guys, welcome back.
Yeah.
Lots changed since we last been here. How have things been going? How are you guys doing?
No, we're good. We've been busy. We are working on an album at the moment.
Yes!
So the people who've been following us for the last while will know they've got something looking forward to.
You've been teasing them now, hey?
Yes, yeah, we're really letting it go. Yeah.
I love that, man. But listen, obviously we've just come from what seems to be the start of call it a Western Cape tour. You're coming back to the Cape, you're touring in the Cape, so this is quite exciting stuff. How did it go?
Yeah, well, so we do a couple of these a year. We like to tour around the country. We just got off our Joburg one, so now we're just giving Western Cape its due diligence.
What did Joburg have to say about y'all?
Joburg
was crazy. That was magical.
Yeah.
We've never played in
Joburg and Pretoria.
Really?
Yeah, so that was our first time. So.
Were you kind of like not sure what to expect? Or?
Exactly.
So we're getting a lot of like comments on like TikTok, people saying, "Oh, please come to Pretoria."
Yeah.
Come to Joburg, and so it was special for us to see people that have been looking forward to it.
I can imagine Pretoria losing their mind for you. And the reason being because it's a unique sound. I mean, we're talking about like an emotional intensity to it. We're talking about like something very, very driven, very impactful. How would you describe the sound, and how are you creating it with all your songs? What's the process?
It's a little bit of a, like you said, it's a complete genre bend, a melting pot, if you will. There's so many influences. There's Reese with his drumming background, that sort of technical background. Freddie with your absolute, just soul-driven alternative
that
source.
Voice, it's crazy.
My head is gonna burst now.
That's fine, man. Let it explode, bro. You deserve it.
I'm giving it to him, yeah. And then just a bunch of different production styles and writing styles coming together, just like everyday life in South Africa, if you know what I mean.
And obviously, I know you're working on an album, so there's a lot happening there. But let's talk about this tour that's happening in Cape Town, because I mean, a lot of people want to see you guys live. Where's the next performance? What venues are going to be?
Yeah, so we got a whole list of them, but the closest ones coming up are at House of Machines in Cape Town on the 5th of September. I think that's next week, Friday. And then we're hopping over to Stellenbosch. We're coming your way, Anklas, on that Saturday night, so the 6th of September,
Nice. Okay, so good music. There's an album happening, but with regards to the band and the three of you itself, where to from here? What can we look forward to beyond all the cool music in your albums?
I think it's been such a beautiful journey. Just because we're kind of trying to enjoy the moment. Like, we don't really want to... Yes, we do want to get further, but we want to enjoy the journey, like, between the then and the now. Like, we're learning about each other so much. We're finding our own voices. And yeah, the music is just being music, and we're loving the journey.
I like that, man. And what an opportunity for you to do just that. You can be present in 3 live performances right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And that's what we're looking forward to, Mzansi, because this band is going nowhere. We're going to get the energy hot and happening. It's Monday, and it feels like a Friday, but it's going to happen in a bit. Official duties must commence, and then we got music to look forward to. See you soon.
Looking forward to that. But now, though, let's cast our eyes over to our national news headlines. Now, we get started here where Minister Sindisiwe Chukunga highlighted the power of collaborative ecosystems for women-owned businesses, and that's at the G20 Empowerment of Women Working Group event that happened in Johannesburg. Now, she stressed that governments, private sector players, development institutions, and entrepreneurs must work together to advance financial inclusion for women. Chukunga noted that no economy is resilient if women remain excluded from markets, finance, safety, and dignity. Under South Africa's G20 presidency, priorities include supporting the care economy, financial inclusion, and ending gender-based violence, as well as femicide. In other news in the country, the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry has begun hearing witnesses internally, though public sessions were postponed due to delays in procuring essential infrastructure. Appointed by President Ramaphosa, the commission investigates criminality, political interference and corruption in the justice system. Meanwhile, Gauteng Police Commissioner Tommy Mtombeni highlighted the severity of gender-based violence, with over 22,000 suspects arrested in the past year and more than 900 convictions in the last quarter. Now, he noted that awareness campaigns help break the silence around GBV. Internationally speaking, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed that India and China are development partners, not rivals, during a Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting yesterday. Now, Modi in China for the first time in 7 years discussed improving trade ties. Both leaders emphasized peace along their disputed Himalayan border while focusing on welfare of 2.85 billion people, over a third of the world's population in the two most populous nations. Now, Xi said border issues should not define the broader India-China relationship amid rising global tariff pressures. Meanwhile, authorities in southeastern Kenya have exhumed 32 bodies linked to the same doomsday cult responsible for over 400 deaths in Shakahola Forest in 2023. And the village of Kwabinzaro is under scrutiny as recovery teams comb dense forest areas. Cult leader Paul Mackenzie, facing murder and terrorism charges, allegedly ordered followers to starve themselves and children to, quote, reach heaven. Now, survivors report he continues to influence followers from prison. President William Ruto's government has pledged tighter oversight of religious organizations and enhanced community-based monitoring to prevent further tragedies. And closing off your 7 o'clock news here in Vilnius, we've got to get into that last story where in Lithuania, the 2025 Corgi race brought together over 120 Corgis as their owners from across Europe to celebrate the breed and life itself. Held in Vinches Park, the event featured a solo sprint, costume contest and, quote, mightiest voice challenge, as well as a group race. Now, Mango, a Lithuanian Corgi, sprinted to victory, surprising his owner Ignas Kliminata, who opted for a no-training approach this year. In the costume contest, Amigo stole hearts with his Fur Factory outfits. And the weekend, of course, culminated in the inaugural World Corgi Meetup, connecting Corgis in Lithuania with their peers in the US, Ireland, and Poland via live broadcast. A definite feel-good way to close up your 7 o'clock news. Let's delve into some sporting highlights for now with Graham.
Let's keep the feel-good going, shall we? Let's start with rugby and South Africa beating Italy 29-24 in York to reach their first ever Women's Rugby World Cup quarter-final. Sinazo Mkachulwa's late try sealing that historic victory after the box. Their powerful forwards dominated throughout. We are making a name for ourselves. But get this, they now join France, Ireland and New Zealand in the last 8, while England, Canada and Scotland, of course, booked their places the previous day on Saturday. Staying with footballing news, this was a big one this weekend. Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 at Anfield, thanks to Dominic Szoboszlai's stunning late free kick, securing their third straight Premier League win and the only perfect record this season. So Arsenal, missing several key players, it must be said, struggled for that cutting edge despite a bright start. Manager Miguel Arteta, he did admit that his side must become more clinical if they intend to challenge for that title. Now, speaking of titles, let's turn to golf as South Africa's Tristan Lawrence battled through a nervy start to claim his second European Masters title at the Crans Montana. So leading overnight, he opened with 3 bogeys, but then roared back with an eagle at the 6th and then 5 birdies in 8 holes to finish 2 shots clear in the end. Now his second win at the Swiss event after 2022. And we are being treated to one of the best Formula One seasons in history, I think. And the tale is not told as yet. Oscar Piastri claimed victory at a dramatic Dutch Grand Prix yesterday, while his McLaren teammate and title rival Lando Norris retired late. Max Verstappen, he delighted the home fans with his second place. And then Racing Bull's rookie Ishak Hadjar snatched his first podium as well. Ferrari, bad day at the office. They endured a nightmare as both Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc failed to finish. But lots of joy on that podium for the young drivers there. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines at around 8 o'clock. Let's see if the roads are waking up.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, the roads have definitely woken up, and we're going to start in Cape Town, where there seems to be a few delays in Kales River. Now, delays are building on the R300, and that's northbound, particularly at the N1 inbound ramp. Now, congestion is increasing as peak hour traffic intensifies, so do exercise patience and make use of an alternative route. We stick to Cape Town now and move to Athlone next. Motorists can expect heavy congestion, and that's on the N2 inbound ramp towards Jakes Gerwel Drive. Now, do plan your route accordingly and allow extra travel time to avoid frustration. And don't forget to buckle up. From the road to the sky, let's find out what's happening in the world of weather. Yes, weather news is up next, and the South African Weather Service has issued a single warning for today, and that's highlighting extremely high fire danger in Limpopo, the western parts of the Northwest, Central and Western Free State, and the northeastern parts of the Northern Cape. Now, residents in these areas are urged to exercise caution as conditions are ripe for wildfires. But elsewhere, much of the country can expect partly cloudy skies, fine and warm to hot temperatures, with fog patches appearing in some regions. Now, overall, a generally pleasant day prevails outside the high-risk zones, with sunshine dominating most areas. So let's see if that's the case with our sunrise view, because yes, it's that time again. All the way from East London, it's looking incredible. 19 degrees Celsius. Delish has sent through a majestic shot. I love the colors in this one. It almost looks like you are standing on a golf course. That's how good this looks. But wherever you are, East London looking beautiful. And I hope you enjoy the day. And you don't need to slap on too much sunscreen. Just enjoy that ambient weather. Cool, moderate, fine. It looks good indeed. A reminder to do it again. Mzansi, share your sunrise view with us. The number is 063-036-9649. But for now, though, let's see once again what temperatures you can expect on your side of town.
Thank you so much for showing us that, yes, indeed, spring has sprung. Keep those beautiful pictures coming, and we will pay you in kind, well, hopefully with some good fortune this morning. You could start your week with a big bang if you play your daily lotto. Why? Because R500,000. That's why 500,000 Rand is sitting in the jackpot today. So don't get left behind, please. Get your tickets as soon as you can in store when they open, obviously. nationallottery.co.za online right now. The mobile app available right now. Cell phone banking, you can do it right now. You can dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD right now just to do it. All those deets will be up on the Expresso socials. So when you take in their amazing content from today, you can also get all of the details and push or play your daily lotto for an estimated 500,000 Rand.
Give me that money.
See how many new friends I got as soon as I started talking about the money, hey?
The money, bro.
My circle just got
People have in
bigger.
the world, bro.
I love to see it, man. Well, right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we're in the second hour together, and we've got to get into talking about Heritage Month. It is September. The 24th is a significant day here in South Africa. And let's talk about heritage, but also rethinking belonging, our identities, and what the future of that's going to look like.
I like a forward gaze.
Yes,
Forward.
please.
Let's go. We're going to go forward to the kitchen as well, because we've got a salad to start things off nice and easy.
wow.
Look at that vegetable and haloumi roasted to perfection.
I almost nicked some of that halloumi now in the kitchen.
Can't
This
blame you.
close. It's
Can't
good.
blame you.
We see the person behind the banking profile. We see your story. Expresso was proudly brought to you by Absa. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on the 1st of September. Happy Spring Month and Day, and also Happy Heritage Month. Now listen, this month is not only about food, music, and about dressing. It's about asking who we are and how we actually belong. Now in South Africa, identity has been fractured by history, yet constantly reshaped by migration, as well as memory and everyday culture. Now for many, African identity is both a claim and a question. What unites us and what keeps us apart? Belonging can't be assumed. It actually has to be built in families, in schools, and of course in communities.
Yep. Now this is quite a loaded one actually if you think about it. So with us to unpack these ideas, we have Prof. Suren Pillay, the director of the Center for African Studies at UCT, and then Felicity Harrison, the head of Sustained Dialogues at the Institute for Justice and Reconciliation. So firstly, good morning to both of you. How are we doing this morning?
Very good. Thank you.
And Happy Heritage Month.
Thank you.
Happy Heritage Month. I'm so glad that you came through on a significant month like this. Of course, both contributing in your own departments. But Prof, I think I'll start with you when talking about this in particular, African identity that we mentioned a little bit earlier. I'm really curious how different it is today than what it was imagined when democracy first started.
You know, there was always that moment when at democracy, we almost had to remind ourselves that we live in Africa.
Yeah.
And for so long, South Africa was imagined itself belonging to another part of the world. So what's been really exciting is that I think we've come a long way, that we have no questions now about where we are located. And that's really exciting because it's opened up both how we see everything around us. In South Africa, you know, spatially we were kept apart, but also across the Limpopo. It's so exciting now to see so many young people exploring the continent, so many influences coming in, things are traveling, people are moving, music is entering, our cultural identities are shifting. So that's really, I think, a world that has opened up, not just, you know, towards one part of the world, which we were oriented, but really the exciting possibilities of one of the most dynamic continents in the world. So that's fantastic to me.
Very
Absolutely is fantastic. I always feel like South Africa especially is like, it's the future of the world in terms of how dynamic we are, how intermingled everything is and what's going on here. Felicity, maybe I can ask you this, obviously being someone from the Institute of Justice and Reconciliation, I believe, what are the conversations within the communities happening there with regards to what belonging looks like in South Africa? What does that actually mean and what's being expressed there?
I think it's a really important question because most people don't feel as if they belong. They feel alienated and different. And this is very much a legacy of apartheid and colonialism and slavery. And so what we do is we try to reimagine and reignite people's sense of belonging to ethnic groups, to language groups, to racial groups, to cultural groups. But at the moment there is very much a sense of alienation. I don't belong because I speak a language or I look a certain way or I come from a certain culture. And we have made some strides in the last 30 years, which is very important, but we've still got a long way to go.
Absolutely. But I do want to talk about a little bit of the legacies of some of the things that you might have mentioned as well. Prof, maybe I can come to you just talking about how apartheid basically shaped citizenship, but also shaped culture in many ways. So how are we still seeing the legacies of this carried on today?
They're very powerful legacies. Of course, the most obvious one is where we live and where we continue to live and do the people around us look like us or not? How much diversity do we have in our communities? And we recall, of course, how very powerfully and for how long that spatial segregation, the segregation of where we live, where we eat, where we went to school, that continues in such a strong way. In the Cape, of course, we know, you know, since the 1930s at least, there were these very deliberate projects to keep certain people out of the Cape, to turn the Cape into a certain kind of, if you like, at the time in Verwoerd's mind, a kind of colored Bantustan. And we live with those legacies, with the tensions in our communities now, because we have, of course, since '94, people are free to move, people are free to look for better opportunities or to look for jobs, and the cities are changing. We have migrants that have entered the cities, but we also have South Africans who have been kept out of our cities, who now naturally have come into the cities. So those, I think the legacies of spatial segregation are very important and very difficult, I mean, continuing, as Felicity was saying, to shape how people think of themselves. And of course, that affects all kinds of things about perceptions, about stereotypes. If you're not, mixing or not socializing or not just hanging out with people of a certain generation, of a certain type, you develop certain ideas about people that are true often or not true often. So those kinds of, I think, legacies continue. And of course, I think, language is a big part of I think, our separation. We're making some strides. I'm very excited about things that are happening in the universities with the adoption of, policies we have to say we all have to speak multiple languages, and that's very exciting. But that's still something remains a challenge that I think once we can cross the borders and boundaries of how we speak to each other, in which languages we speak to each other, and where we're living, we will go there. But of course, we do have those very, very real challenges that we face.
Well, a great conversation, and I thank you both for being here. And they're not going anywhere. We've got a part 2 to look forward to, where hopefully we can start talking about some more practical advice to move, to fit in, to belong, and to celebrate, more importantly, our heritage ahead of Heritage Month, which has officially begun. Before we get into that conversation, though, let's head to the kitchen and maybe fill up those bellies.
All right, you can feel my trepidation, my nervousness. Why? Because this game is hectic for me. Every Friday, we ask you to strap in and hold on tight, because a fresh round of World Sports Betting's cash-out game lands every Friday. And the longer you play, the higher your rewards climb, but you've got to hold your nerve. And of course, don't wait too long. We've seen some hearts broken. If you do, however, hit cash out before the jet vanishes, oh man, you will have a chance at glory and up to 10,000 Rand. So last week, Elizabeth Barnes walked away with 1,000 Rand. She had a lot of nerve, maybe a little too much nerve, and she just missed her chance. But you have everything in front of you right now. You stand the chance to be this Friday's on-air pilot and win between 1,000 Rand and 10,000 Rand. But you need to cash out in time. So to enter, reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages right now and tell us this. Are you more of a calculated risk taker or a go with your gut kind of a person? I think I know exactly where I fit into that equation. We want to hear from you. Don't forget to hashtag World Sports Betting, please, to qualify in that comment. And this week's competition closes at 10 a.m. sharp on Thursday, the 4th of September. But you can find the T's and C's that apply on expressoshow.com. All the best of luck. Oh, man, it is nervy. We'll continue that amazing discussion after this. See you now.
Yes, welcome back, you beautiful people. Opening up on S3 right now to some incredible conversation. Yes, it is spring, it has sprung, it is Heritage Month, and we've been discussing something very, very important. We asked what African identity means, and we got to discover just exactly that. But now let's ask how to make it real. And belonging obviously needs practice, and that's through education, culture, and dialogue that changes how people live together. Now, our guests are returning to share what's working and how we can each contribute to this very important factor going on right now.
Absolutely, and we do all have a role to play, and thank you guys once again for playing yours so incredibly well. But Felicity, I'll start with you when it comes to this. Maybe just shine a light on something in particular, one story maybe that really highlights the dialogue about identity and sort of shows how things can shift when people have the conversation. Do you have anything that pops up for you?
100%. So before COVID, we had a project which encouraged people from different race groups to come together to share a meal. And this is because in South Africa, most of our interaction between people of different races happens in the workplace or in the public place, but there are very structured hierarchies in these places. And where we meet each other the least is in our homes, over meals, in social areas. So we bring people together, and I think that what we saw there was people saying, I have never had a meal with a black person or a white person or a colored person, or I never knew how similar we were. And those are the kinds of interactions where you really see in real time how people just being able to human with each other, to be able to share a meal together, can actually have incredible insights into other people, and that's what we need to be doing a lot more of.
I love that, human together. That's
I
great.
love that. When I think of humans being together, though, I think of my time at varsity and how much we mixed and mingled with so many different people. Prof. Pile, obviously universities are almost like key sites of identity debate, to call it that. What would you say is an important factor with regards to universities? Do you think that they might be the ones being able to really identify and determine that identity of an African?
I think the most important thing about the university is that it's occupied mostly by young people, and that the future of the
world
really relies on how young people think and be together. And the amazing thing about our universities, most of them are public universities where students are coming from all over the country. And that's an opportunity for the first time for many students to encounter each other on more or less equal footing, where they are peers sitting in a classroom, talking together and bringing the diversity of their experiences, their neighborhoods, the far-flung areas that other people have not heard of, where, that's really where I think we're building the kind of bonds that are genuine, they are not forced, they're organic, and they are making friends, and those are friends for life, and those are people that they are imagining things with. I see that in the kind of projects that students are thinking about when they leave the university. What will they do together? What kind of activities? Whether whatever area of life they engage in. So I think that's really exciting. Where and the role that the university in a way plays is that not just what the learning, of course, in the classroom, what we teach and what we read, but also just the kind of spending time together, getting to know each other, talking, debating, disagreeing, and also...
And that for me was a lived experience, man. Like, you come to a varsity and you meet people from all across the continent and the world.
That's right.
You are so humbled and so educated in the same time, because you have no idea what people do and what it takes for them to get into that same seat that you're sitting in right now. And everybody has their challenges, and you really start to respect that journey. You start to respect what people go through to try and get the same thing that you're trying to achieve. And it's crazy to really think back on that and think about how many friends I now have because of this reason. So, hey, get your kid in varsity if you want to let them expand on worldly views, because it gives you a complete different perspective. It'll burst that bubble that you came from, for sure.
And I think we also find that we're more similar than we are different. I mean, we are both in interracial relationships, and I find at the base of it, like you said, human's human. And once you remove all the other things out the way, you just relate to each other at the base level of who we are. But in the work that you do, Felicity, Felicity, what lessons do you take from your work of reconciliation and also justice that, you know, more South Africans could maybe take a note from and take a page from when relating to each other?
I think it's being curious and listening to understand, and taking a step back from your own experience. And when you speak to somebody, believe them when they say that this is their experience, and not kind of say, well, that's the exception. And I think it's about listening, and listening in a way that we try to break down the stereotypes and the biases and the preconceived ideas that we have, and just have a cup of coffee with your colleague, and find out and use different languages and be curious about other people's culture, because most people don't actually mind answering questions, and just show an interest in other people and how they do things differently.
I love that.
Open up yourself to the world is what you're saying, essentially.
Yeah. 100
Open yourself to
curiosity.
the potential of change, and I think that's where we learn the most. That's where we have an opportunity. If you had the opportunity to maybe encourage a youngster right now that was living in a box to see the world, what would be your best recommendation in order to do so? How would one really garner the experience and that global experience to be humbled by variation and difference?
I think, you know, we have so much information around us, and we have so many public institutions like, you know, like museums and galleries and other things. I would just say we need to, especially with young people, in a way, to understand a certain kind of history, where history is not just for us a kind of burden, but actually we live through, we encounter that difficult past, and that's where the future lies. When you realize what we've come through, what we've been able to build together as a society, that's a really exciting thing for young people to encounter, I notice, when they have not been exposed to that. So I would just say, you know, we have all of these public institutions around us. They are often, you know, we see lots of tourists in them, but I would say just go out and step into them and encounter that past and see what's there, and that's where, in a certain way, a certain kind of future lies, I would say.
You both speak so passionately about our future, and that being the youth and the youngsters that you get to work with, and I'm sure you see so many different mindsets there. How do you see that difference in what older people view South Africa in terms of this diversity, and how young people perceive the future and the potential of South Africa? Do you see a difference? I'm hoping you're going to say yes. And if so, can you kind of give me an idea of what that looks like from a youngster's point of view? Because that really is what's bound to materialize, I hope.
I think that what we see in our research and in our field experience is that there is much more of a sense of being South African amongst the younger group of people. Apartheid and colonialism kept us apart. And so when we do research, often it's your language, it's your ethnic group that people first identify with, as opposed to being South African. But we are finding increasingly there is a sense of South African identity. We're not quite sure what that is, but there is a sense of it being us being South African, and also that this is important for us and our children.
You think it's DNA, but it's RSA.
Yeah, it is also something that you, to your point, you can learn, you can embrace, and definitely maybe unlearn some things that have been passed down through generations. Thank you both so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Hopefully not the last time, and we definitely need to continue this dialogue and conversation, because as we said, it takes practice and definitely takes some pushing from all of our parts. We all have a part to play, so let's get into it to reshape the future on what South Africa looks like.
And yes, it means chewing on the bitter pill sometimes to fully process where we've come from. And I think we earn the right to be able to have these conversations, but we also get to lean into the incredible mindset of those that have paved the way for us. And I think Tata Madiba coins it absolutely beautifully in the way that he describes heritage. Our rich and varied cultural heritage has a profound power to help build our nation. I think where he was a master of the human condition was understanding that if you meet a person where they are, with their language, on their cultural basis, that's when the magic gets unlocked. And this month, in the aftermath of apartheid, it's intended to provide an opportunity to create awareness of the diversity of the people in South Africa in terms of, amongst other attributes, race, religion, tribes, and ethnicities. Do a deep dive. Awareness, firstly, obviously, is mostly important at this time. Just make yourself educated. But secondly, and I think most importantly, since the advent of democracy in 1994, social cohesion. That speaks to looking forward and getting it right for our kids, for the next generation. And Heritage Month, I think, is a time to, yes, reflect on South Africa's journey from apartheid to democracy with critical thinking, fully recognize the role of heritage in healing and nation building. We see it exemplified in sports. I think Tata Madiba understood that you could cut through so much of the nonsense that holds us back and get to the truth. Because the bottom line is there are some major wrongs that have to be balanced out within the system. I don't mean emotionally, we understand that, but within the system that we live, we have to see the balance returned. And when we unplug that, you start to see what our Springbok women have achieved at a Rugby World Cup, where they believe we're a younger generation of South Africans are free of those shackles, but it requires us all to go there. So please, just spend some time thinking about your own heritage and do a deep dive into the cultures around you. That is where the magic of this country lies. I am smelling something amazing and I'm getting rather hungry. Carissa, what's cooking in the kitchen, girl?
Don't mind me, I'm just practicing my wifey skills, okay? We're putting together a delicious salad and we'll get to do it together actually, Mzansi. Some peppers, some zucchini, and of course, some halloumi. We're making a grilled salad. It is the season to get into everything, both warm and cold when it comes to fresh produce. So let me keep on prepping. We'll take a short break and we'll see you straight after this. This sounds good.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I know I switched it up from the kitchen to here, but we've got to get into something equally delicious. So let's get into a round of quick fire questions with a touch of heritage spirit, along with our wonderful entertainment today. Freddy L, yes, the band is still here. Hype yourselves up.
Let's
Come
go.
on, give them a round of
Let's go.
applause. All right, let's get into the first question. Don't think about it too much. I'm going to throw it out there. Whoever catches it, catches it. Let's get into the first one. Describe your sound each using your favorite South African dish. Nick, I'm going to start with you.
Bobotie.
Bobotie.
I'd say braai, like a classic, you know?
I like it.
Classic
Do we have some
sound,
pap there,
braai.
some chakalaka?
Garlic bread.
Ooh, delicious. Freddy, how about you?
Samp and beans.
Okay, I like it. I'm sitting at the table with all of y'all. I'm going to start with, have you ever had millie pap for breakfast and then you put some sugar and butter in it?
Oh, that's Klaus. That's
that is a Klaus
Thank you. Klaus and I are on the same page here. Okay, we'll move away from food just for a second. How about your dream festival to perform at? Is it the same one or do you all want to answer?
Mine's probably Reading in the UK, yeah.
Very cool.
Firefly.
Where's that?
That's also in Europe as well.
In Europe, okay.
Glastonbury in the UK.
Ooh.
Very cool. Did you just change your mind now when he said that? I think he did. Okay, so I've been told that you guys don't have ghostwriters. You write your own music.
Everything.
Everything from scratch, from the heart. Freddie, please give me your favorite lyric from Hallelujah.
Ooh.
It's a tough one.
It is. It's so hard. I think I hear voices in my head. I can't seem to break them down because I think it represents a lot of conversations between head and heart with a lot of people. I think it's very relatable.
It is. I can tell these two are nodding away. They're like, yes, that's the one.
That's the thing,
That's
though.
the
Big
thing.
T. Yeah.
Okay, you are an incredible artist, an incredible band in and of yourself. But if you thought about a collaboration, dream collaboration, locally, internationally, who would it be?
I've got one. Loyiso.
Oh,
Wow.
Yes.
Imagine. You guys agree?
Yeah,
Yes,
for
we
sure.
love it.
Okay, let me tell you something. I'm sure you've heard it before. Graham calls this the manifestation station.
Yes.
So whatever comes out your mouth
Let's go.
is bound to happen. Loyiso say we're coming your way.
brother.
Any other artists internationally that you've had your eye on?
Kings of Leon.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, actually, Kings of Leon.
Yes, please. Also, where are they? Please bring them back, and then you guys will perform with them. Okay. One local artist that has shaped your sound. It's Heritage Month. Let's pay homage to somebody that's come before you.
I think like we listen to a lot of old school jazz while we're driving to places.
Yes.
So it's probably someone like Jimmy Gluglu.
Wow.
Yeah. We
Good
just
answer.
appreciate what he's done, yeah.
Good job, Reese. That was a great answer. Okay, still sticking to heritage. How about a childhood song that still gives you chills to this day?
TKZ.
Oh, yeah. And you guys?
Yo.
Oof, I don't have a South African one,
That's
but
fine.
Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Wow. I like the variety. Reese, you have one?
My parents played a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers, so probably Can't Stop and like all of those tracks.
Look at the variety here.
You know what I
Now
mean?
it makes sense when we think genre blending and bending music. Okay, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of everything. I know you're not from Cape Town.
Yes.
Yes. Are you guys from Cape Town?
Yeah.
He's not from
No,
Cape
I'm
Town.
not.
You're not from Cape Town. Where are
He's
you
the only
from?
one.
Cape Town?
Durban.
Durban. Okay. So Jersey, Durban, or Cape Town, who's got the best crowds? I know. I had to do it.
Recently, we've been to Joburg, and that was insane.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Pretoria went
Yeah.
absolutely crazy.
I don't want to be a traitor, though. I love Cape Town.
Yeah.
You better tread lightly.
I live here
Tread
now.
lightly.
We're giving them a chance this weekend
Yeah.
to show us.
Prove yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so give me more information. Where can people find you so we can show up Mother City?
So, like I said, this coming Friday, the 5th of September, we'll be at House of Machines. And then the next day, Saturday, we'll be in Stellenbosch at Anklas.
Amazing. It's
But
on
there
your
are plenty
screens
more
right
shows as
now.
well.
Who?
There are plenty more shows.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if they go
good.
on Instagram, they'll find us there. Freddy L Band. Yeah.
Give the people what they want is what I'm here for. Okay, we're going to put genres up against each other, and then you're going to have to choose, okay?
Okay.
You think about like indie rock, or maybe like kom, or maybe like hip hop. What's secretly in your playlist right now?
I'm a
Maybe
piano.
not secret. Oh, I'm a
For me,
piano.
I'm a piano, yeah.
Okay, give me
Like
your
the
best,
Rights.
your dance move. What's
Ooh.
your favorite song?
My favorite song
Yeah.
right now.
Is it a slow, one of those like private school piano tracks? you can't dance. You must just vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Or is it like an upbeat one?
It's an upbeat one. It's an
Okay.
upbeat one.
Can you give me more?
Oh, my producer, definitely.
Of course, I was hoping
Pori
so.
King, yeah.
And shout out to them for just killing it this
Scorpion
past
Kings,
weekend.
yeah.
You guys?
Mine's probably like, it's a bit of a sad one, but it's a like old school white girl pop.
Why is
Carly
that
Rae-
sad?
No, but like
It's a
it's a
necessity.
bit disappointing and basic.
Okay, who are we talking about?
Like Carly Rae Jepsen.
I love that.
You know?
I'm so here for it.
Yeah.
In fact, you just earn points in my books, okay? Klaus, how about you?
I've got a bit of a girly one as well.
Yeah?
It's Time by Olivia Dean.
Oh, I love Olivia Dean.
I should have taken that on.
No, sorry. It's fine. Porty's a good option. Let's
Yeah,
stick with that. I love to see it. Well done, guys. Very proud of you. What does heritage mean to you guys as a band? Maybe in one word. I'll give it to you.
Unity.
Mm.
Yes, family.
No.
Yeah, okay. In the club, we're all
That's it.
fam. I love to see it. And then how does your music honor maybe where you've come from? I mean, from Durban to Cape Town, from childhood to where you are right now, if you think about it all. I mean, we've got quite a rich history as South Africa. Klaus, I'll start with you.
Yeah, how does it, I think our band is a perfect example of what would happen if you smash every part of South African heritage into each other.
Yeah.
Me and Reese might look the same, but we have those, those interlocking white people origins. You know what I mean? And then there's Freddy that comes in cherry on top of the cake, you know what I mean?
Oh, have you ever been called a cherry before?
Yes, yeah.
He's never this nice with me. This is the first time. So it must be you guys.
That's beautiful. Reese, would you agree? What would you say?
I think Klaus hit the nail on the head. I think we're all bringing our own sort of flavor into this group, and we're all authentically us, which is cool.
That's
So,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Cherry?
And also lyrically, we write based off of where we come from.
Yes.
There's songs in Xhosa,
Yeah.
there's songs in Zulu, there's songs in English, and we still get into the Afrikaans maybe.
I mean,
Okay.
I've even added a line in Zulu as
Yeah.
well. So.
Beautiful. I love how everybody is contributing, and ons sal help met die Afrikaans ook.
Sure.
Jy hoor? Excel. I'll do it. I volunteer.
Join the band. Come, let's
I
go.
want to join the band too. Freddy L plus Carissa. Let's go, baby. In a bit, we'll get to hear from them. I know we've been keeping it for a while. It's tantalizing. It's delicious. Just like the recipe we're about to get into. Let's get it, boys.
Tantalizing, delicious, and getting us in the absolute mood. But we're also going to remind you, as seeing though it is Heritage Month, this is a chance to heal, and we're going to heal through food and maybe heal through many other conversations while G-Men and I attempt to do something that's packed with color, texture, and flavor. And we're talking about a roasted veg and haloumi salad. It proves that simple ingredients make the best meals, and we're about to show you just how easy it is to make.
I like this because you might have a little bit of leftover salad from the day before and a little bit of leftover veg from the day before, and then you've saved up money to buy a halloumi, okay? Or maybe you've been keeping the halloumi in your bread. Yeah, but
that's balance right there.
I like the fact that we're combining flavors here, but I love halloumi. It really works in the grilled space. Some people love it fried. I love it fried as well.
It's good.
But with the grilled flavor profile with grilled veggies, really nice, Mediterranean, quite light. I think and super, super easy to make. So
Absolutely.
I'm on dressing duty. You're on the main canane over there.
The main quinine. So I've got a bowl of all the good colors and infusions that are going into this, and I'm literally going to make a rainbow of color right now with this food. We have parboiled our butternut, just because that takes quite a while to roast, so we don't want to be spending hours on our roast. We want to kind of just get that.
And that's
nice
quite clever, because I think when you kind of hit the griddle pan or you roast the butternut, you get that beautiful kind of nutty flavor. It kind of changes the flavor profile a little bit for me. So I think blacken it on a griddle pan, you are winning at life. In fact, most of the veggies kind of respond differently to a griddle or, when you...
heat just changes it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I think a hot griddle pan, or if you're going to be doing it in the oven really, really hot, and don't pack them too close together. No. So you don't want them to steam each other. They must grill.
I think that's the biggest secret when it comes to getting your grill on. But just a reminder, in Zanzi, if you missed the steps, I got some onion in here as well, some peppers, and some various greens. You could kind of get creative with this if you wanted to in terms of some of the veg that you like to roast. But as you can see here...
What's wrong with red peppers, dude?
Nothing's wrong with red peppers, bro. But listen, we should add some red in this. That'll just complete the color spectrum. And then voila, you have your first part kind of done and dusted. And now we're going to create a bath of flavor. So I've got definitely some balsamic vinegar.
That's the third time you've done that. And every time you do it, you're like, wow.
Yes, it is
still balsamic vinegar.
I don't know why I did it. Sucker for punishment. But literally getting some mixed herbs, salt and pepper. And this is pretty much the finale and the crescendo of how we put this one together. And then it's ready for the pan, G.
And I think I'll turn this pan on for you, just so that we...
Want to get it nice and hot, get a skillet, 100%. Get a grid pan or anything that you can grill on. And have fun with this step because you really can bring the meal to life in this moment.
Oh, completely. And I think the little bit of a grill there, or if you're going to roast them off, I think you could probably achieve something quite similar flavor profile. But then you've got the fresh rocket and a few fresh greens in there as well. Like I said, the leftover salad that normally gets thrown away. Some fresh tomatoes, beautiful. You could even roast the tomatoes. I think also brings a nice flavor.
I like roasted tomatoes, actually. They add a little bit of sweetness. It takes the acidity away, weirdly enough, and it kind of gives like a nice, bold flavor to it, too.
Completely,
so talk to me about the zhuzh.
The zhuzh that I'm going to layer into our beautiful salad. And you can see it's got a beautiful glaze to it as well, and I like that. And that comes courtesy of our maple syrup, but you can also use honey. So I'm going to start with a bit of olive oil. And I'm beginning to think that olive oil might be a staple for me.
I think it's a staple of the gods, bro. You go back to the Greeks, how they use olive oil in so many various ways, not just to eat, but to heal. They put it on themselves for various ointments and ailments. So, man,
gladiators be rubbing themselves down with olive oil.
Maximus Verilius, that man himself was probably dripping in olive oil.
And a little bit of maple syrup. And I think the maple syrup is quite nice. It's quite earthy. It's just got a beautiful flavor profile. It is going to be a little bit sweet, but I think you want that. I think it's going to really work, especially with things like the butternut and the courgette.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
And speaking of G-Man, I think the pan is quite ready to go here. So I'm going to start getting my grill on. Woo-hoo-hoo! That's the noise we want, baby. The sound of a classic grill. And just like that, Mzansi, you want to watch it. And G-Man definitely mentioned something I think is important. Try not to overcrowd your pan with veg.
I would say even use 2 if you have to.
Yeah, maybe because, or do it in phases, because you could get a boil effect more than a grill and a charring effect. So just be aware of that. Careful there.
Luckily, we made our griddle pan as hot as the sun. So I don't think any moisture is going to be hanging on, hanging around there.
Yeah.
Do you want to pat my cheek? Give me a little... there we go. You see...
Chris is
you know it's a special... go for it, dude. Go for it.
I didn't think about this, but this is a nice addition, getting it zesty and fresh.
I love the freshness of this. I love the pop of color. I like the fact that we're retaining so much of the nutrients by not overcooking, and I think that's where a really hot griddle pan or a high heat in the oven, quick, get that black or the charring, as we call it.
This is
beautiful.
Giving me a reason, and you don't have to, because I know it's incredible on its own, but I would be naughty and probably add fish to this.
Fish?
Think about a grilled fish on top of this.
For sure.
Hey, that could work, right? Or maybe like a nice steamed chicken or something beautiful. I think this is the salad and the base for almost any meat if you do this one well enough.
Absolutely love it. And then you're guaranteed to get a well-balanced kind of nutrient load as well. When I say eat with your eyes, if you want to get yourself interested in healthy food, in veg, cook it nicely. Just create something that is visually appealing. I think often we cook the life out of our vegetables and then we wonder why we're not loving them. It must have crunch, it must have color, and then, of course, you can zhuzh it up with a beautiful dressing. And oh, that is amazing. Oh, incidentally, we used the whole grain mustard for ours. I think Dijon mustard would be really nice.
Yeah, that's true.
I would stay away from like the hot English or the kickers. I think, you want that funky flavor profile. And honey and mustard, for me, work beautifully, and the maple syrup has that same sort of flavor profile. Absolutely incredible. And then our very kind kitchen staff have pre-cooked the haloumi for us because I think they were worried we would butcher it. But for me, I love it grilled as well. On the griddle pan, you get those beautiful lines. It just looks restaurant quality.
Treat it like a steak, I think. Treat it like meat. Prepare it on its own and then add it to this dish. And then together, combined, you have an absolute treat that you can show off. You can add a meat to it, keep it on its own. It's going to be a win. And you can scan that QR code right now to find all the recipe, inspiration, and ingredients and go show off to your guests, because this one has officially been made for spring. Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung, and then it looks gorgeous like this. You throw it all together, toss it with your beautiful dressing, and you've got yourself a restaurant. Got to go for it. I want to see flames.
Yeah, I love it. I'm too scared. It's too high.
That was the least spectacular thing I've seen all week.
That's too much. That's too much pressure.
That was better than Liverpool beating Arsenal yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll see you after the break.
Nicely done, bro.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. You're about to get your rewards for connecting with us this morning. They've been tantalizing us with the most amazing sound checks, and we've been teasing you with the prelude. It's time to get full value from the Freddy L Band. They're on the stage right now. Officially, we are going to rock out on this Monday. Here is Stacey. Take it away, boys. I feel like I need to offer you a strepsil. Just a little something, man. Some honey and lemon.
We're good.
Just a little something. You are amazing.
Thank you so much.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
See, now this is why the whole world is looking at South Africa right now. This is the kind of talent that we are manufacturing. It's a talent factory. I love you guys. The Freddy L Band ain't going nowhere. We're going to lock you in a cage and we're going to keep you for every Monday just to turn things around. We'll get another performance from these amazing gents in just a moment. I would say go and show some love on the social media streets. If there's any music to download, download it now. That's how we show our appreciation. And we'll get another performance in just a moment. I'm going to try and get my English data back ahead of the sports. And hopefully Carissa's got hers fully loaded for the news.
I do, but right now I'm at a loss for words because what an incredible performance. I saw these guys on Saturday, and now what a bonus to see them again to start off our week, man. We're just minutes away, or seconds rather, away from 8 o'clock. Let's get into your national news headlines, where Eskom says South Africa has now gone 105 consecutive days without load shedding, crediting fewer unplanned outages and stronger fleet performance. Now, the utility highlights structural progress under its generation recovery plan, noting plant breakdowns remain below risk thresholds. Now, since the 15th of May, no load shedding has been implemented, with only 26 hours recorded since April. Eskom says capacity is sufficient to meet current demand, while a summer outlook will be released in September, reinforcing its commitment to ending load shedding permanently. In other news in South Africa, Minister Sindisiwe Chukunga highlighted the power of collaborative ecosystems for women-owned businesses at the G20 Empowerment of Women Working Group event that happened in Johannesburg. Now, she stressed that governments, private sector players, developmental institutions and entrepreneurs must work together to advance financial institution for women. Chukunga also noted that no economy is resilient if women remain excluded from markets, finance, safety and dignity. Now, under South Africa's G20 presidency, priorities include supporting the care economy, financial inclusion, as well as ending gender-based violence and femicide. Internationally speaking, Egyptian authorities have detained dozens of teenage TikTokers with millions of followers, accusing them of violating family values and laundering money. Now, prosecutors are investigating at least 10 cases, imposing travel bans, asset freezes, and device confiscations. Now, critics see this as a part of broader efforts to police speech. Among those jailed is 19-year-old Mariam Ayman, who has 9.4 million followers, facing charges including laundering $300,000. Lawyers say a single indecent post can trigger financial crime charges, highlighting growing scrutiny of social media influencers in Egypt. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed that India and China are development partners, not rivals, during a Shanghai Cooperation Organization meeting yesterday. Now, Modi in China for the first time in 7 years discussed improving trade ties. Now, both leaders emphasized peace along their disputed Himalayan border while focusing on the welfare of 2.85 billion people, over a third of the world's population, in the two most populous nations. She said border issues should not define the broader India-China relationship amid rising global tariff pressures. And closing off here with Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein that made waves this weekend at the Venice Film Festival, fulfilling a lifelong ambition for the acclaimed director. Now, when Netflix chief Ted Sarandos asked which films topped his bucket list a few years ago, Del Toro named two, Pinocchio and Frankenstein. Now, while his Oscar-winning Pinocchio charmed audiences in 2022, it's the story of Victor Frankenstein and his haunting creation that has really obsessed Del Toro since childhood. Now, with Oscar Isaac as the tormented scientist, Jacob Elordi as the creature, and Christoph Waltz and Mia Goth in key roles, the film emerges as a sweeping emotional epic, a classic monster tale reimagined on a grand scale. Definitely one that we'll keep our eye on and hopefully give you a review in days to come. For now, that is where we leave your news for this Monday morning. Let's get into your final sports.
Well, we were treated to our very own sweeping emotional epic yesterday as South Africa beat Italy 29-24 in York to reach their first ever Women's Rugby World Cup quarterfinal, and in unbelievable fashion, Sanazo Mkachulwa's late try sealing that historic victory after the box powerful forwards dominated throughout. What a DNA this team, an RSA this team has, playing the beautiful game, and now they join France, Ireland and New Zealand in the last 8. Well, of course, England, Canada and Scotland had already booked their places the day before, but you can see what it means to those players. I think this is the fairy tale story of this World Cup, and we are here for that. Now let's get into yesterday's footy action. Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 at Anfield thanks to Dominic Szoboszlai's stunning late free kick, securing their 3rd straight Premier League win and in fact the only perfect record this season. So Arsenal, missing several key players, it must be said, did struggle for that cutting edge despite a bright start. Manager Mikel Arteta has admitted his side must become more clinical if they intend to challenge for the title. Now, speaking of titles, he's done it again. South Africa's Tristan Lawrence battled through a pretty nervy start to claim his 2nd European Masters title at Crans-Montana. So leading overnight, he had a bit of a falter, opened with 3 bogeys, but then roared back with an eagle at the 6th and then 5 birdies in 8 holes to finish 2 shots clear at the top. Now his 2nd win at the Swiss event after his success in 2022. Now let's get back onto the Formula One circuit. It is not disappointing this year. Oscar Piastri claimed a victory yesterday at a dramatic Dutch Grand Prix, while his McLaren teammate and title rival Lando Norris retired late. So one of the big winners, Max Verstappen, he delighted the home fans with his second place on the podium. And then Racing Bull's rookie Isaac Hadjar snatched his first podium to announce his official arrival. Not a great day at the office for Ferrari. They endured a nightmare, both Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, failing to finish that race. Lots of fun on the podium for the young drivers. It is one for the history books this Formula One season. That's where we leave our sport this morning. Let's hope the roads are not following suit. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you so much, G-Man. Yes, the roads are still slightly busy, and we're going to move to Cape Town, Khayelitsha. Now, motorists exiting the N2 outbound toward Baden-Powell Drive are experiencing significant delays due to congestion at the ramp. And again, as you can see from these visuals, please make use of an alternative route and remain alert while driving. And we're going to stick to Cape Town now. There seems to be some issues in Bellville. Heavy traffic is building on the N1, and that's inbound near the Jip de Jager off-ramp. And motorists can expect delays due to increased volume in this area. And there's a back of queue towards the Walgemoed interchange. So again, plan this route accordingly and allow for extra travel time, as the roads do seem to be backing up. For one last time, though, we head to the world of weather and see what you can expect for the day. And for our final report from the world of weather, the South African Weather Service has issued a single warning for today, highlighting extremely high fire danger in Limpopo, the western parts of the northwest, the central and western parts of the Free State, and the northeastern parts of the Northern Cape. Now, residents in these areas are urged to exercise caution, as conditions are ripe for wildfires. Now, elsewhere, much of the country can expect partly cloudy skies, fine and warm to hot temperatures, with fog patches appearing in some regions. But overall, a generally pleasant day prevails outside the high-risk zones, with sunshine dominating most areas. For now, though, we get to dive into our final sunrise view of the hour. Yeah! Simonstown is looking incredible. Denise has come through with what looks like a picturesque shot. We've got what seems to be some mist rolling on top of the ocean, and just above it you can see the peaks of the mountains and the promise of a beautiful sunrise, all while showcasing the magnificence of the ocean. Yo, Denise, you came through with an absolute banger, and this is how we are bringing in the ultimate sunrise view for this third and final round for your Monday edition, but we do it all again tomorrow morning. For now, though, Simonstown, 20 degrees, that's what you can expect for the weather. And a reminder, the number is 063-036-9649. See if you can top a sunrise view like that, no matter where you are in the country or the world. We'd absolutely love to see it. And for you, here's one last opportunity to see what you can wear depending on the temperatures in your town. Enjoy.
Simonstown, oh Simonstown, how gorgeous are you? Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful morning view with us. I'm telling you, AI can't even beat that. That is taken with the camera through a human lens, and thank you so much for sharing that with us. You set the bar pretty high, and right now we're about to go even higher, because we want you to start your Monday with a big bang when you play Daily Lotto, and that is for an estimated 500,000 Rand jackpot. So please don't get left behind. Buy your tickets now. The store should be open, or head to the website, nationallottery.co.za. There, of course, is the mobile app. While you're on your phone, there is cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Now, all these details are on our Expresso social media pages, so please go and check them out. And then Panda Pusha play Daily Lotto for an estimated 500,000 Rand jackpot. Now, that's $500,000, and it all goes down today, and you get to stand a chance to win absolutely big. Now, as we get into the final hour today, we want to kick off spring. I've done my part with my florals. Let's see who else has got some flowers.
All right, I'm using my expert touch just to prepare fully for the new season. Spring has officially sprung, and in case you didn't notice, now you do. There are signs. We're going to bring in the A-team to help us get prepped for the bloomage that is coming. We are here for colour, for new energy, for life, and that's what this season certainly does herald. And then, of course, we're going to take you behind the scenes to introduce you to some incredible women who make this show tick. Stick around. Beautiful.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. If the flowers haven't given it away, let me proclaim it. Spring has sprung, and what better way to embrace the start of a new season than with fresh flowers. Today, Rachel Matlala, founder of the incredible Rays Florist, joins us to welcome the new season with timeless elegance. Rachel, when we connect with someone making waves, especially a young South African woman, making waves in a space where maybe the big commercial players have hold sway, we love it. So congratulations on everything that you've achieved. I know you're terrified because you're on TV and you're here pushing your amazing company, driving entrepreneurship within young South African women. I'm putting a lot on your shoulders, girl. So let's take a bit of that away and just ask where it all began. Have you always just loved flowers? Why were you destined to become a florist?
Well, morning.
Morning, love.
So the love of flowers began when I was young. My late grandfather used to farm, and we had this beautiful gardening at our home. So I used to pick flowers up to make arrangements just to play. So every now and then we would go to the market, sell the watermelon that my grandfather was farming. So there was this other day I just made a bouquet out of it. We went to the market. This gentleman bought my arrangement for 5 cents. And it just made me realize that I can actually make money and have a business. And I started doing it more often, and I made 50 cents, which was a big thing.
That's a big climb from 5 cents, you know what I'm saying?
However, being an entrepreneur, it's not been easy, but I thrived in it. Because working a permanent job and then doing this as your other hustle, it's quite challenging, but it actually helped me to reach my goals, which is to help the community and those ones that are in need and brighten up their day, because we also donate when there are funerals at school, and it also helped me to restructure my family background.
Generational wealth being laid in here, and you're dipping into generational knowledge, which is beautiful in itself, and I'm sure your grandfather would be so proud to see you exemplifying that now. What is it about flowers? What is it? It's the new life it signifies. There's something about it. Just going outside is amazing, but flowers represent so much. Why do you think they're so powerful? Why do they make us feel so good, do you think?
So basically, flowers have its own meanings. So the way it lives, it shows you that it can brighten up your day. As it grows, it shows you that it starts from it's being small and it starts opening up. When it opens up, it just brightens up your day. It shows you that you can start over, you can bloom as well.
We all have our season.
Yes.
I love that. Well, I feel like you are entering into your season right now. You've got to be dreaming big. We've gone from 5 cents to 50 cents to, I'm sure, quite a bit more. But now you surely must be able to think on scale, on expanding this beautiful business that you got. What are your dreams for the future? I know community is vitally important to you, so well done for layering that in at the base point. But what do you want to achieve with your company, with your goal?
So basically with my company, it's not only going to be beneficial for me, like I said, we already started reaching my goal, which is to give back to the community. So even pageants, we do give them, you know, congratulate those young girls, encourage them to do better. And so for me, for my business, I wish to also open a new branch here in Cape Town, which is I'm working on it. I want it to grow. I want to be able to be an entrepreneur with no other job.
No, 100%. This must be the hustle. We should have warned you beforehand. You're sitting at the manifestation station, okay? We have proven it almost to 100% certainty. What you speak into existence here will become a reality. So I look forward to going into your Cape Town store to buy some premium blooms from you. That being said, I don't know if I can look after those premium blooms. I've got green fingers, but when it comes to looking after flowers, I seem to falter. What tips do you have for those of us at home wanting to get the most out of our beautiful blooms?
That is so simple, actually.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
So all you need to do is, as soon as you buy a bunch of flowers, a bouquet, treat them as a fish or a human being.
Oh, wow.
The fish cannot breathe without water,
Yeah.
so it needs water. As a human being as well, you cannot breathe without air. So as soon as they take you out in the comfort zone, you start to not be able to breathe. So make sure that when you get home, you get a clean vase. Make sure that you cut your stems 45 degrees angle.
At an angle?
At an angle. Do not unwrap the flowers.
Oh, really?
Yes. Put them in the vase full of water. Allow them to hydrate first so that the head can be able to get water.
This is gold. Gold.
After a day or two, you can unwrap it. Now you can clean your stems. By cleaning the stems, you allow it to drink water from bottom to top without getting any getting the system interrupted, then going to the leaves. Wow. So you must make sure that your stems are clean, so that also it avoids to have bacteria inside the water, because the leaves can cause bacteria. Otherwise, make sure that you change your water daily.
I feel like
Then
I
you're
owe
gonna
you
have
money
it.
now for telling me that. I feel like you
You
have
do.
saved me hundreds of rands, because I'm
You
going to be
do.
able to get the most out of these beautiful flowers. Nature is giving us a gift here. Mother Nature is giving us something that is so special to her. We've got to honor it. And luckily, Rachel ain't going anywhere. She is going to help us and guide us through the process, make it a bit more practical so you can go out and embrace spring.
And embracing, we certainly are. But right now, we definitely want to keep shining a light on incredible women. Now, they say when a camera is held by a woman, it doesn't just capture moments, it captures meaning. And as we close off Women's Month and head into spring, we want to take a page from Absa's book by shining a light on the storytellers who often stay behind the scenes. Now, we go behind the lens and meet the remarkable women whose passion, creativity, and vision help bring your feel-good breakfast show to life every single morning. We owe it to this, guys.
Now, you may not always see them, but trust me, you feel their impact each and every morning. And that is why today on Absa Untold Stories, we get to highlight the powerhouse woman behind Expresso Morning Show. Because every story matters and every story deserves to be seen. And we absolutely love it.
2, 1 over T.
It's my feel-good
And boom, just like that, we are back in your face.
The vision for Expresso was something to put people in a good mood to start the day, your feel-good morning show. S3 was looking for a new morning show, something to make people feel good in the morning, to wake up feeling positive and with a fresh outlook to the new day. Expresso presents a picture of a very positive world, a positive and uplifting world which we all would like to strive to make happen. And if you put that positive image out there every day with happy thoughts, perhaps we can all contribute to making a difference, to building a happy, positive country.
I am the show producer of Expresso. I'm also the technical director. My job entails a lot of different aspects: directing the live show, feeding information to presenters, managing everybody's role in the control room, as well as the team downstairs. After the show there's the next show. So you need to prep the next day's show.
To be a digital storyteller in a women-led environment is an honor, but it's also quite a big responsibility. I'm really grateful that I get to lead a team of phenomenal women, but also being supported by other women in this industry. And I think it's incredible because we just get to share from our perspective, but we're also in touch with so many other perspectives, and we get to share that story and put that story out to our viewers, and they get to interact with it on our digital side.
Expresso is mostly a live show, but we often send our presenters out to events, we send them on adventures, and then that content needs to be edited and prepared for the live show by 6 a.m. every single day. I think the team at Expresso is really special. We have almost a bit of a family situation. We're all here all the time, and we all know everything about each other's lives. But I think a lot of that also comes from having Patience as a boss. She's such a formidable force in the industry. And a lot of the heads of the departments at this company are also women. And that also, I think, makes a big difference in the attitude and the emotional connection that a lot of us have to this workspace.
Bringing stories to life is part of my job as an account manager, and I absolutely love doing that. Getting to interact with people on a daily basis. At Expresso, we literally get to every single morning, we wake up with South Africa, we get to start their day off, we get to bring these stories into their homes. It's people they get to see, it's people they get to connect with, so I absolutely love bringing those stories to life. My favorite thing about the job is being able to film like really fun content, which people actually do get to see online, but just being behind the scenes and seeing how everything goes, that's one of my favorite things. To be able to contribute in such a positive way to the mornings of everyday South Africans, it's really a privilege.
My name is Sinikiwe Ngobesa, and I am the content producer as well as the production manager for the Expresso Johannesburg studio. So my favorite part about the job that people don't get to see, which is working behind the scenes, especially as a woman, is having to put everything together. It's stressful, there's a lot of work to do, but then having to see everything come together on screen is what makes me very happy, because it's like, that's our work.
Firstly, it's an honor to be a woman in this role. Previously, it was very male-dominated. I did find that I have to work twice as hard just to prove myself, to prove my worth, to get the respect. Now I'm a show producer and also a technical director, and that in itself is an achievement. And I'm also proud of myself as well.
At the end of the day, this specific thing that we do, I can't do it on my own. I can't press the camera, I can't do my makeup, I can't say action, I can't do all of those things. We all work together. There's no one who's more important than the other because the one wouldn't exist without the other. So that's why every single story matters, because without the one, there isn't the other. And I just get to have fun at work because these ladies are amazing at what they do, but they also have some of the most incredible hearts. So it really is such a blessing.
Expresso and Absa form a perfect partnership. We see your story and your story matters. Everyone's story who we feature on Expresso matters to us. We want people who have been on Expresso to feel the positive benefit of having had this platform.
To all the women behind the magic, your work may be unseen, but your impact is unforgettable because every story matters and every story deserves to be seen. Thanks for joining us at the behind the scenes of your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso. Mwah.
3, 2, 1. That's a wrap.
I always feel like a woman should have the platform to speak first, but in this instance, I'm going to say thank you for looking after the two of us.
It's a pleasure.
You know, it's amazing.
Takes a lot.
It really does. Like saint-like patience is what I'm saying, and that goes to the beautiful voice in my ear right now. Lena, you are just beyond special to us, and you look after us with kid gloves when we probably need a fat clap. But I am very hyper aware the show works as well as it does because of the female energy in this space. It's as simple as that.
I was convinced up until this moment that I was very talented. That's not true, guys. I don't have anything going for me. I just have an incredible woman behind me. I've got a team of just fairies that make me look incredible, so I can just rock up here and like do nothing.
We don't even have to dress ourselves anymore. But I mean, when you see the amazing woman around you, just getting, and I'm going to use the term, their flowers. You know, are you feeling that same pull of like, we need this every day, every month?
All day, every day, all month, every day. I mean, the second I come into studio, it's Bernice on makeup. Then it's Meg on styling. Then it's Lena giving us a breakdown of what the show's all about. It's just really put together by the
entire female team behind the scenes.
Social
and trust
media.
Me, our social media team is the best in the land.
Award-winning.
I think they trend more than we trend live on national TV in front of millions of people.
100%.
So you don't understand. Everyone here punches above their weight class, but I think what I love the most is the whole is so much greater than the sum of the parts. And I think that's the magic of the feminine energy in South Africa. Magic happens in that space. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love all of you so, so much. Thank you.
And our story matters. Let nobody tell you otherwise.
We see the person behind the banking profile. We see your story. Expresso was proudly brought to you by Absa. Your story matters.
There are opportunities in this life so good we haven't even dreamt them yet. I believe in that. I believe that the universe moves some of the things we dream of out the way so that better things can take their place. I once had big dreams, ones I thought were going to be with me for the rest of my life. But here I am, living and dreaming things I didn't even know existed for me. I have by no means achieved my dreams yet, but one thing I do know is that life has a funny way of working things out. So here's to dreams coming true, so good we couldn't even think of them. I believe if we are crazy enough to think dreams can come true, then they can.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. If you haven't heard it yet, good morning. It must be a good morning, and you must manifest it as such. Why? Because it's spring day, baby.
Yeah, spring has sprung, and so has this incredible conversation that we've had with you all throughout the morning, because you asked you the question, how are you planning to spring clean your life this season? And we wanted to know, was it your mind, your home, or your habits, or maybe all of the above? And it seems like Mzansi's come through with some options.
Yeah, I think spring cleaning exists because the home offers you the route to get there
You
first.
must.
Let's see what Belinda Francis had to say. Good morning, happy spring day, right back at you. It's easy. Spring is here, the warm summer days filled with love, hope and strength, taking care of my mental health. Boom.
Yes, I like that.
Sorted. Put it on a t-shirt.
Mental health first on the list. Namabana, our family says, good morning to our amazing Expresso teams. Spring is here and it's time to spring into action with those new habits and mindsets.
I like that. Action. It's proactive. Let's move. We've got
Bring the mind, though.
We've got a spring. So let's let it spring us. Selene is saying good morning and happy spring. Definitely cleaning up my home.
Nice.
I like that. That's an affirmation. A mission
And I feel
statement.
like, bro, if you clean out your home, you literally are essentially cleaning out your mind and everything else in between, because that's where it starts. You want to have resonation with all those levels.
Oh, I like that
So what an
word.
opportunity to do just that.
And here's the bottom line. I think we're starting to understand that it begins with the visualization, with an understanding that we can manifest. And we prove it every day on this show. We see it come to bear, but often it's difficult to apply to ourselves. So maybe this will motivate you today. Take a look.
There are opportunities in this life so good we haven't even dreamt them yet. I believe in that. I believe that the universe moves some of the things we dream of out the way so that better things can take their place. I once had big dreams, ones I thought were going to be with me for the rest of my life. But here I am, living and dreaming things I didn't even know existed for me. I have by no means achieved my dreams yet, but one thing I do know is that life has a funny way of working things out. So here's to dreams coming true, so good we couldn't even think of them. I believe if we are crazy enough to think dreams can come true, then they can.
And then they come. If you don't see it for yourself, if you don't visualize it, how are you going to get there?
Absolutely. And one thing that I take out of his book is that inevitable failure.
Yeah.
Inevitably, things don't go according to the plan. They might not go how you want them to, but that might be the reason for your world making space for a bigger and better dream.
Completely.
So open yourself up to that possibility. Know that there's a silver lining amongst every tragedy, obstacle, and hurdle in your way. And know that maybe it's there for a reason, to unlock something even more incredible within inside you, Mzansi.
Well, listen, we are still here doing something incredible, because we heard from Rachel a little bit earlier about, you know, what it takes to really preserve some flowers. And now we get to do the decorating part, the most fun and exciting of it all. I've got so many beautiful blooms before me, and I'm not just talking about our girl Rachel, but a beautiful bouquet that we'll continue building on, right? Okay, so what have we done so far, Rachel? Because this is the most extravagant, gorgeous bunch of flowers I've ever seen.
So basically, when you receive a bunch of flowers, this is how you must set it up at your home. You don't want it to be boring, normal, so you want to play around with them. So we have a vase and then oasis in it, and then we just build the whole thing. So we're going to continue as putting flowers as we work on them. So make sure that you cut angle.
Okay. And then just go for it.
And just go for it. You can play around with it as much as you want.
So is there a method here? Because I've got, what do I have in front of me? I recognize lilies. What else do we have?
So we have ranunculus.
Oh, I love those. This is part of my wedding bouquet, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, that's stunning.
As you can see, we have variety of them. We have ranunculus, we have orchids, we have snaps. Here's snap. We have the variety of gyps, folies, but in a different type of a variety. We have your famous flower here, the protea.
Beautiful. That looks like a different kind of protea. That's gorgeous, eh?
Yes.
We're used to seeing the pink one, but I like this one. And then are these just roses that have been opened up as well?
Yes, this is just a normal rose.
Wow.
You can take one. Here's one.
Let's try. Okay, and then I got to be really gentle with her.
So your thumb must be here.
Thumb
you
on
just
the
twist
inside.
it. You just twist it, opening it up.
Ooh,
no,
okay.
the thumb outside. The
thumb outside.
You just twist it like
Just
this.
twist it up. I mean, you are doing this so quickly. Okay, I'm going to try. I heard a crack. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to crack. It's normal. It means the flower is not ready to be opened up.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just open little bits. Oh no, look at yours. Okay, I'm gonna open it a little bit more. I love the different colors. So what's the inspiration behind bouquet creating?
So the inspiration about a bouquet creating, you must always think about the theme, the occasion. Most of the time when my clients come to the shop, I ask them, what's the occasion?
Yeah.
What's the theme? Then it will help you to actually brainstorm and work around with what colors to go with and. So today, our occasion is spring.
It's spring.
So the theme is going to be spring. It's going to be bloom. It's going to be different type of colors.
Yeah.
As you can see, so far, these are the colors
Look at
for
that.
spring. So you must go yellow, you must go orange, you must go pink, you must go white, as long as it makes you feel brighten up and happy.
So I'm all about the yellow right now. Apparently it's the color of summer. And I'm so here for the complementing white and also the pink and also the different textures of flowers. So I guess the question is, can you go overboard or is more? Are we just gonna go full on?
We can go full on.
Full on.
Yes. Work on anything, actually.
Okay. Yes. So the limit doesn't exist. We can just keep adding and adding.
You can keep adding and adding, but you must always make sure that your colors are communicating.
Ah, like that. The combos must communicate.
The combos must communicate.
Okay.
If your colors don't communicate, it won't be complementing your whole...
So I saw one of my friends actually gave me a little bouquet, but the green thing, and then they stuck the flowers in it. What's the name of that one with the water inside?
Which one?
The thing at the base of
the oasis.
It's called an oasis.
It's an oasis. Yes.
So what is that for?
So the oasis is a foam that helps you to build the whole structure like this flower as it looks. You want your flowers to go up. You can either use a mesh wire or to use the oasis. It's up to you. So the mesh wires allows you to put flowers directly into the water. Well, what else? Oasis allows you to water the flower while it's on the oasis.
Oh, yeah, because I saw it's quite wet. It's like absorbed with water in there.
So it helps you to also build your structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you size it the way you want it to be like.
I love this, because you know, usually, especially at Woolworths, because you know they've got us covered when it comes to bunches, I just buy a bouquet and then stick it in a vase. But now I'm learning, let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that at all. For my wedding bouquet, I got inspiration online and I went all white, but I wanted to focus on lilies, and then I learned about new flowers. So what was the name of that one that you said? Ranunculus was in there, some lilies were in there, some white roses as well. But I told her I didn't want the typical rose. So she opened them up like this, and it just completely transforms the looks. And then I also had the hanging plant, like some of that, it was white, I forget the name.
Orchids, gyps.
There was some gyp in it. It was just these white little things, I forget the name. But it was absolutely gorgeous. It was like a statement in and of itself.
But next time, you want a bouquet of flowers, go for Nova Vita.
Nova Vita? What is this?
It's a type of a rose. It's actually an import you don't get around. Okay. It is so elegant. It is pure white. And it opens and like it's big.
It's huge.
Yes.
Okay, Nova Vita is definitely the way forward. I'm going to continue building this along with Rachel to make sure that we have the best bouquet that is Expresso worthy. And hopefully you've also got some beautiful tips along the way as well. So let us continue having spring being sprung right here, and we'll see you straight after this. Let's stick that one there.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hey ho, what do you know? It's your feel-good breakfast show, baby. Welcome back from Zanzi. Monday's feeling so good. And we've still got a couple minutes to get through. And we thought, let's just spice things up a bit. It's spring outside. I think everybody's getting ready for a road trip.
Yeah, let's get out. I drove to Swellendam yesterday.
Oh, you had a
The
mini road trip,
flowers
yeah?
are out, y'all.
Those are
I'm
colours.
so guilty having people with me to experience it. Just beautiful. There is something magical about a road trip. Every great road trip comes down to more than the kilometers you covered. It's the laughter. It's those moments that you discover along the way, the stories, the people beside you that truly shape the journey.
Yeah,
Undoubtedly.
so that's what's happening today. We're going to be shining the spotlight on our ultimate travel sidekick. So what are we talking about? Well, here's the first question for you, right? We talk about your ultimate road trip. What about the ultimate road trip companion?
I'm going to say, like, my family now, obviously, with my kids, it's great.
Yeah.
And it's tough keeping them in a car for a long period of time. So the road trip better be good. Lots of places to stop, lots of treats to be had, lots of things to see.
You got the dogs with you as well?
Yeah, exactly.
Have
You know,
to.
we travel as a pack. But for me, I realized driving, when my mom had to drop me off at boarding school, and she would often do that or pick me up and then drive back. And if I'd been naughty, then it was like 6 hours of silence. But I love the fact that we could solve the problems of the world together. And we dealt with so many of our big conundrums, whether it was between us, whether it was something I'd done and that she was picking up the pieces of. But more importantly, if I think of the character development, especially as I started to drive, and what that coming of age was like. And like trying to make sure that I was staying within the speed limit, because the car I had at the time would rattle a little bit if I went over 120, and then my mom would be like, no.
It's a great safety feature.
But it's actually become the DNA of how we talk. So if we need to really chew on something or sort something out, it's amazing how often a road trip will manifest.
Bro, that's like therapy on an
really
absolute
is,
another
bro.
level. I love the answer to this, and I think especially when it comes to some of the traits that your road trip buddy might have. For you, it's obviously deep conversation,
Oh, yeah,
right?
no, you got to, and a good pair of ears, because I will talk.
Yeah.
So for you, what is it? Is it the snacks? Is it someone who's on is it the DJ?
I don't need someone to navigate for me, because I feel like when I'm driving the car, I'm like on my horse of freedom. I can just go wherever I want. So
Point in a
I got
direction.
navigation ticked. I think someone needs to provide me with the snacks. So make sure we got good protein in the car.
Yep.
I've said this before, you know my weakness, my kryptonite, it's chips, crisps. We were mentioning this to Danilo last week as well. I've got to have some good crisps in the car. I can't say no to that. And I think obviously good music. I don't need a DJ. We can share it. But as long as you vibe to good music, then you tick the
make
box.
a case. If you want to prove my musical choice is wrong, then you make a case,
Give
y'all.
me a reason.
Exactly.
Come on, prove it.
I thought of you yesterday as I was trying to eat, I think, a croissant.
Crumbs?
And I literally went down my
Yes,
shirt, bro.
that's how you do
and
it,
I
bro.
couldn't do anything about it because I had the little dog, and that was crazy. But I had to travel with the pup yesterday.
Yeah.
Back for the first time. So it was her first road trip, a long road trip. She's going into new territory. There is
look at that
little
cute. And you got the road trip
Misha.
snacks, or is that...
And she was being typically like standoffish, but now she'll eat them, and my shoes and everything else.
she looks perfect, man.
She is, and she's tiny, so she looks a lot like Leo. But so Lola was the tiny dog. We call her Peony, and she's actually a little bit smaller than
Lola's all grown up now,
I know, it's so cool. But I can see the energetic match there with the two girls. Really, really good kind of connection. But it was so sweet and emotional doing a road trip with her as our first kind of connection. But can I just quickly say a story? I remembered something now. I was thinking of a mad work road trip where I had to do an outside broadcast of my previous gig on Sunrise, and I had to go overnight and be there in the morning, and I couldn't find the location. And it was about 3 in the morning, and I needed to start about an hour and a half after that, and I was so tired, I was wrecked. Saw a Shell garage, pulled in, just parked in the parking spot there, thinking I can get an hour's sleep and I'll be okay. I woke up to the petrol attendants cleaning my car for me.
Whoa.
It was just the coolest feeling ever. And I was so
VIP
compromised.
service,
I couldn't
bro.
find the location. I was terrified. I was new on the job.
Yeah.
It was really hectic. And it's somewhere near Hearties out that side. So please, if you see those guys, even if they don't work there anymore, give them a hug for me.
Yeah.
But it was just such a beautiful human moment. I think they could see that I was compromised. Instead of waking up scared and nervous and not knowing what was going on, I was there, man. They had me in their hands.
Yeah,
It was just a
kudos. I
beautiful
love
thing.
that.
So, yeah, unless you're serving your customers like that, y'all, I don't know what you are doing right. But to those guys working at that Shell, please, You guys are amazing. Thank you so, so much.
Absolutely. Now, it's obviously your turn, and it's our turn, obviously, on Expresso socials. You can head there right now and let us know who your road trip companion is. And I think a reminder that 5 lucky couples are still in line to stand a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime road trip and a track experience.
Come on.
Powered by Shell V Power. And simply just spend 750 Rand or more. Tap or scan your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and then you are in. And don't forget your T's and C's do apply. But for now, though, I think just head over to your Shell, go hug one of those attendants and say
Please.
thank you for providing us with road trip magic.
Wash
just like
their
you.
car, please.
Back in the kitchen to make something so beautiful and definitely spring worthy. Now, earlier on, of course, we got into a delicious salad with halloumi and tomatoes, and the peppers were just so delicious. And now something equally delicious when it comes to dessert, light and refreshing. It's all about a Pavlova, and it definitely has some mango and passion fruit. So for all of those dessert lovers, this one is for you. Delicious in every single bite. It's got the crisp meringue, and then of course the creamy whipped topping with juicy fruit and edible flowers, and it makes for a dessert that looks as good as it tastes. Graham, I feel like this is right up your alley.
I've just walked through like a blooming garden
Isn't
to get you,
that?
and I don't mean that as a swear word, I mean like actually blooming, to get you. So I'm full, my senses are stimulated,
Okay.
and then I find the garden represented in the food.
How gorgeous. Speaking about being represented, I'm glad we have some male representation, because let's see those guns.
Am I making a whole meringue right here? Okay.
I want to see you work. Okay, we've got
Okay.
egg whites, caster sugar, vanilla. We've also got some cornstarch and vinegar, secret ingredient.
Do we
and
know
then
the order with which these get mixed? Do I just
you
put it
go,
all
and then
gooi?
I'm going to gooi. You go.
Okay.
You gooi, I gooi.
Go for it. Wow. Okay, I have a feeling maybe that should have been a little bit slower, but I don't care because
I've
we've
got
got
faith
one
in
gear.
you.
Okay, we got one gear.
Oh, it's already looking amazing.
I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but
Neither do I, but it's giving
it
meringue.
smells amazing right now. I don't know if this is going to turn into a meringue or...
I think the faster you go, the quicker we get there. I'm going to put some vinegar.
That sounds like road trip talk to me, girl. That sounds like road trip. Okay, well, I'm going to clearly be doing this for the next half an hour while you...
Got to taste it and put it over your head as well.
No, I think it's over your... Okay, I'm going to keep doing this.
Okay, you do
for
that.
as long as...
And this is the ready-made version.
Wow,
We
you were
skipped
good,
it
eh?
up on stage.
Gee whiz, your skills are clearly a lot
I
better
can
than
put this
mine.
above my head for sure.
Okay.
Okay. And then we got to put different things inside. So we've got some cream.
Yeah, you got some cream.
We've got some cream that we're going to go inside with. Delicious.
You have meringue in your hair. And I didn't even do that. It wasn't even me, okay?
That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't part of the script.
Okay, this is actually thickening.
It looks
I
like I've
think-
been in the kitchen, and that's all that matters.
By Thursday, I think we will have a meringue. And then we can just do the finishing touches on Friday morning.
I think they usually use a automatic machine.
Okay, is that where we fall in?
AI. All right, so we've got the cream, we've got the blueberry. And then we got to go in with our fruit. It's looking so good so far.
It really is. I'm just thinking of my poor mom who she used to belong to the Food and Wine Club or something like
lovely.
that. And when she takes on a challenge, she takes it on. And she goes, we must have had about 3,424 Pavlova attempts before we got to the one. And I was like very happily the guy testing
all
of the
of
Pavlovas
them.
as they went.
What does an attempt look like? Did we get to this stage?
It wasn't quite as... hers were massive and she was going like on scale. I think it was for a work function. But it really does kind of bring to bear why this is so good, because you can actually make it messy, you can make it neat. It's quite forgiving. I think a Pavlova was discovered by mistake. It's like one of those upside-down cakes, you know, when you just, something falls.
And they're like, whoa, that actually works.
And believe it or not, for something that would seem very rich, because you've got the fresh fruits. I love meringue just generally, but it can be quite sweet. But you kind of temper that with a lot of different flavors, acidity. Right. It looks beautiful.
It does, right? I think the flowers really help there. And I love the fact that we have now combined spring into something that is edible.
And this is, like, let it resonate in your meals. If there's a change in season, lean into that.
Yep.
Oh, what did you have as your dessert? Obviously, Jay made you a spectacular cake.
And that's what I went for because I said that I didn't want to have extra food and I definitely didn't want to take cake home and put it in the freezer and then have it a year later. No fruit cake in my household. So we served the cake and everyone ate every single bite of it. The wedding was intimate. There were 60 people. 3 tiers of cake, gone.
Did you give the uncle who wore the purple suit a piece of cake? He strikes me as the kind of guy who went up and took the first piece, hey?
Did probably. I don't know.
Man.
I barely remember. But he was the guy on the dance floor, definitely leading the way, as one does.
Was he the drunkle?
Uncle Richard, we love you. Please don't wear a purple suit again to an occasion.
No, now the expectation is there. You have to. Okay, believe it or not, this is actually starting to... I feel like we're going to make one massive, giant
I wouldn't mind that.
meringue.
You could add all of those flowers to it, and it would be perfect.
It is gorgeous. You've earned the right to have a little taste.
Okay,
there.
I'll
Get
have
in there,
a taste.
crunch it. I don't know if the flowers are edible. No, I think they are.
I think
they
so.
are.
Okay.
You just didn't get some in your hair. Do you want to try again? You've got to put... And? Hey?
Incredible. I think I just had meringue. Oh, there's a blueberry. 12 out of 10.
Really? Nice.
That's my kind of dessert, actually.
If you could add or juice it up a little bit here, what do you think you would throw in the mix?
Strawberries.
Okay.
With a chocolate drizzle.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then I'd serve it to you.
I think a bit of coulis. Okay, we've got our granadilla coulis in there. I love this. I love the fact that it exemplifies spring, that it's fresh, that it pops, and it's super easy to make.
So good. And mango season is here. Let's make the most of it. Also, with the tartness of the passion fruit is incredible. I'm going to keep on enjoying this.
So,
Graham's going to get the meringue out my hair. And then Freddy L's waits for us on the other side of this break.
So there you can see the meringue.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Just like us running across the studio to make it here in time, you need to run to get your tickets today for Daily Lotto because it's big. I'm talking R500,000 is waiting, maybe for you.
Oh my gosh, don't get left behind. Okay, buy your tickets now in store on the website nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or you can simply just dial *120 *7529#, and that's for your USSD.
Yeah, and you got another option. You can go check out our Expresso social media pages right now because we put all the details there on how you can get your tickets, which will allow you to panda, push, or play the Daily Lotto for an estimated 500,000 Rand in jackpots today. And that means you stand a chance to win big, but only if you play.
Oh man, don't know if you agree with me. Been a while since a band has taken our breath away. Quite like these guys. It's the Freddy L Band. Take it away.
We're Freddy, and this is Moto.
And knocking at my door, silver ring fingers on my window pane. Now we're naked on the floor. I gaze into your lazy eyes. So, I told me you'd be here when I need can keep it down. You say, oh, blame it on the radio. So, you told me you'd be here when I need you. You never really here, but I'm with you. Listen to the sound of your voice. Never needed her till I found you. I know you wouldn't care if I left you. Darling, you're free for the mess, you. Come here at the edge of your night. I'll probably lay stay for the night. So come on over, so we can find another moment in another life. So come on over, so we can find another moment in another life. Only you open me up, I showed you all of my scars. You never covered your eyes. Only you open me up, I showed you all of my scars. You never covered your eyes. So, you told me you'd be here when I need you. You never really here, but I'm with you. Dancing to the sound of your voice. Never needed help till I met you. Darling, you're free, but I'm messy. Coming from the edge of your night. I'm probably laying stay for the night. So come on over, so we could find another moment in another life. So come on over, so we could find another moment in another life.
Oh, my goodness. Gentlemen, please take a bow. The Freddy L Band. They have not disappointed us this morning. It has been a long time since a band has had this kind of impact. This is where you can see them live, and trust me, you need to see them live and in person. They are amazing. That was just the coolest
Ever. That
Ever.
energy was incredible, and we hope that you will carry that through with your Monday. It's the start of a brand new week, a brand new month as well. Happy spring. We've been having an incredible time so far.
Spring has sprung. We obviously asked you this question, but we didn't have to chat about our ideas for spring. Are we going to be cleaning up the mind, the body, the soul, and how?
Yeah, man, and hopefully we're taking a cue from you guys as well. We put it to you guys how you are framing spring, and obviously you've got the opportunity to start a whole new chapter.
I'm starting gym
right
today, I
there.
promise.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant marriage, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Gym can be involved in that. With everything that's gone on, are you even thinking about
Spring
a
cleaning?
reset for spring now? Have
I
you
think
done
I
it already?
have, yeah. I think I pretty much have, and for real, I'm joining gym today. So we're starting with the body, the mind is clear, the soul is feeling fantastic.
Because she plays sports, yo.
Nice. Listen, I'm actually starting to train. I'm going to work on this body again.
Nice.
Get ready for spring. So you might see some new Speedos and new Instagram pics. You can look forward
Sounded
to
like
it.
an influencer there, Boo. You went just full
and
into your
subscribe.
mode. I think, going through a bit of an emotional, something's obviously going on in my world at the moment. I think my emotional response yesterday was that. So I'm going to say, I'm going to lead with love.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do for this spring. Self-love, self-care, a bit of compassion, and certainly love for the amazing people
I
around.
love that. And if all else fails, flowers.
Exactly.
That's all we can look
Thank
forward
you,
to.
Rachel and Ray's florists.
Absolutely
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Adios.
Love ya.
Freddy L, we love you!
Another feel-good production.